That's enough of that bollocks. I can't... Streamlabs is the most infuriating thing. So I have Streamlabs, like the super duper Streamlabs plugin for OBS. So it's like you got Streamlabs and OBS in the same thing, right? It's great for a lot of reasons, but for some reason, if you type in Final Fantasy XI and leave it there, Final Fantasy XI is actually like the third one, because there's 10, 2, or 12 or whatever, and then there's 14, obviously. So you can't type in Final Fantasy XI and get Final Fantasy XI, like straight up, which is super fucking annoying. Out of sounds. I need to turn the game up a bit, I bet. How you doing, Stammer? Check me out. I'm on the best class in the game. Look at me go. I've only thought about killing myself twice so far. It's not bad. It is the season for pumpkin pie. God, I hate Black Mage. It's so insufferable. Especially as an Elven. Yeah, but Stammer, look how far I've gotten. I've gotten my sub job and everything. This is the one, baby. This is the one. Yeah. This one's making it. This one's making it out of Valkurm Dunes. Like I said, I'm in a link shell and everything. I've invested time this time. I've actually tried really hard. I've like tried and everything. So this is the one. I could say this right now. I can 100% see why they reduced like all black magic spells to like 2 mana. This class fucking blows. I have nothing but hatred for Black Mage. It's just the resting. It's just the resting that does it. I can handle everything else. I can handle, like, casting spells and all that, but resting every 2 fucking seconds? I hate it. I don't know how people level these classes. Do you ever have one of those days, right, where you load up a game? I loaded up Deadlock earlier to play, and it didn't give me the character I wanted. I went into lane and just got, like, immediately bodied by someone, and I'm not being fun or anything. I left. It wasn't necessarily a rage quit. What it was I just realized I am not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. If it had given me the character I wanted, maybe then I would have struggled through, right? Level 6. I've got a whole bunch of nothing. Yeah, my reasoning for making a new character was I figured out what I want to do. Now don't tell anyone, especially not on Eden, okay? Because I'll get banned. Okay? I want to do Bard, but, okay? And it's a big but. I want to do Bard / Beastmaster. I want to do the truest Horizon thing I can possibly do. I want to do Bard Beastmaster. Obviously, you know, later on content, I'll probably swap to White Mage and things and be a proper Bard. But for just solo and shit... Because you think about it, you've got the high charisma. Yeah, you've got the charisma. So... Charm should still be fine. Unless there's some hidden mechanic regarding Charm, which I don't think there is. My Charm should still work. And I kind of like that idea. I kind of like the idea of being like a flute-playing Beastmaster. And now we rest again. We earn like 300 XP before we have to rest. Ugh. Ugh. How do people play this class? Always weirded me out that water did more damage than stone. I know, stone looks fucking painful. Stone should be like the fourth strong, like... Stone should be stronger than arrow and water. Arrow should be the first one. Either arrow or water should be the first one. Because arrow doesn't look that painful. Arrow just looks like being tickled by feathers, you know? Fire, now that I can understand. Thunder, I can understand that too. But... I mean, that said, with water, I like to imagine it's like... You know how people have those water cutters? That, like... shred everything. This is the Star Onion, Stammer. I'm surprised you didn't recognize it. I went out of my way to download a bunch of relevant music. Namely, the Star Onions I downloaded because Square Enix keep purging them. For whatever reason, Star Onion album has been like purged from YouTube multiple times. I don't know why Space Roast is allowed to exist, but Star Onions aren't. But you know, whatever. So the Nanamigos? What's the Nanamigos? Is that another band? I'll look them up. After we've had our fun with the Star Onions, I'll put them on. It's kind of... telling of this game and the soundtrack for this game that there's so many people making like fan music, fan remixes and things. Music in this game does slap. Nanamigos are the friends of Naoshi Mizuta. Ah. Well, we'll put them on, eh? But yeah, so far I have Vanadil and Chill 1 and 2. Which I have permission to use as well. I have full permission to use that, so, you know. Star Onions, which I don't have permission to use, but what are they going to do? What are you going to do, Star Onions, huh? You going to come get me? And, a bunch of random lo-fi shit, but those are the main Final Fantasy ones. If we get the Nanamigos in there, we'll have a playlist for the ages. Yeah. Now, in my brain, I was like, you know what? I could probably just do Red Mage, because I'm only taking it to 18. But then I remembered if I'm taking something to 18, Black Mage, Warp. You know? I figured getting Black Mage to 18 would be preferable to getting Red Mage to 18, purely for Warp. Exactly. I remembered Warp just being, like, an era. Just... I'm gonna have to suck it up and get the levels of Black Mage. As much as I hate it. And I do. This is my least favorite class in the whole game. Fuck what I said about Monk and all that. I fucking hate Black Mage with a passion. Thing is, I feel like I would like Black Mage if I got it high. Yeah, if I got to like 75 Black Mage, and I was dropping the big fat nukes, I feel like I'd like it more. But the early game Black Mage is just... it's a whole lot of sitting on your ass. And resting is my least favorite thing to do in this game. But Bard should be fun. I've got a good idea going. I kind of know what I want to do. I'm going to play with Bard and make it kind of my own. Late game Black Mage kind of sucks to play in era as well. Yeah, Black Mage has always had kind of a bit of a rap. That's why it's only ever used in fucking burn parties. The thing is, in order to like really go for it as a Black Mage, if you're in a regular party, you're just going to pull hate all the time, you know? It's like you're too powerful that you have to like not play to your fullest, which seems really shit. An area is basically the same as 75 as level 1. I don't know, at least you've got more fun spells to play with. And at least you're dropping big numbers, you know? Casting 15 damage stones? Nah. But we'll suffer through it. We'll suffer through it. I gotta say, I'm looking forward to being back on fucking White Mage. Split Mage's only skill expression is toying the line between enmity. Yeah, but that's kind of fun in and of itself. That's a large part of what Ranger is. So Wings of the Goddess is a great expansion because Scholar is basically a more fun version of Black Mage at the 75 area. Scholar, I've said time and time again, I needed to give Scholar a fairer try. Honestly, if we were on like Wings or something, I'd probably give Scholar a try, but because it seems like my kind of thing. While it is a mage, it does seem a little bit more support slash, you know, throwing funny effects around. In modern retail, Scholar's one of the... Yeah. I get that, but at the same time, is it plaster on Dark Knight? I don't think so. I don't think I've forgotten about retail. We are going to be doing... I am going to finish Wings of the Goddess. Don't get it twisted. But you got to let your boy have some fun on Era. I love Era. But we are going to finish Wings of the Goddess at the very... We're going to finish them all. It's just going to take a long time, you know? I need to be in a very particular mood for retail. And it comes in cycles, you know? Bop. But I think the important thing for me is that if I'm playing on an era server, hey, floofy dragons with a Minecraft pick. What does that mean? Minecraft 50th anniversary celebration. Damn! How do I mine for diamonds? Bah! How you doing, floofy dragons? I hope you're having an epic day. I'm having one of those days, you know? Really lazy one, but I feel really unaccomplished. I don't mind the odd lazy day here and there, but for some reason I feel like I should be doing more than I am today. I've got energy, and it's just not going anywhere. I'm spending it killing rabbits. Yeah, I'd be willing to give Scholar a try on like an era server. Not so much retail. Trusts really do suck so much fun out of retail for me. Red Mage is also not too bad with clearing mobs using status. Yeah, but I'm on Era right now, and so I really want to have Warp. So we're doing Black Mage right now, which is my least favorite class in the whole game. I hate Black Mage. I really hate Black Mage. It's just too much resting. I wouldn't mind Black Mage if I could have like a Scythe. But the first Scythe that you get is like level 50. It's slow, but it works. That's it. Black Mage is really good. Like, don't get me wrong. It's nice being able to rely on some consistent damage other than missing melee attacks all the time. But I hate sitting on my ass. Do you know what I mean? I pop Adderall pills like a fucking maniac. So sitting still is not my forte. Black Mage is not designed for me. I need to be moving on to the next thing, you know? If I remember rightly, back in the day, like ages and ages ago when me and my friend used to play this game, whenever we had to train mages, he was rich. He had like loads of gil. I can't remember how. But we would just buy like an infinite number of ethers and like Yagudo drinks. It's the only way we could make it tolerable. Fuck you, wild rabbit. Well, ethers and rent a red mage. This link shell that I'm in are super friendly to new players. So there's a good chance I could probably scam somebody into being my red mage. But I don't want to inconvenience anybody. I've only got to go through 12 more levels of this. And if we can get a Valcom Dunes party, it won't be so bad. If we can get to like level 11 and get a Valcom Dunes party, it won't be so bad. We'll just sit there fragging hill lizards. Yeah. And honestly, it won't be that bad once we get like Stonegar. I've always wanted to go into that little cave in Gelspet Outpost with all the mushrooms in it and Stonegar them. I've always wanted to do that. I like red. You like red mage? I don't mind red mage compared to black mage. My issue with red mage is like early on, I keep wanting to play it like a warrior, and it's just so much squishier. Like early on, I'm like, I've got a sword, I've got a shield, I've got scale mail. I should be immortal, and yet I still just take fucking loads of damage. Cleaving enemies with Stonegar sounds fun. That's the thing, like, I imagine I will start to have fun with Black Mage when I'm spamming Gur spells. If I'm, like, cleaving entire groups with Gur spells, then maybe that'll be the turning point for Black Mage for me. Look at all these pies people gave me. I was in a party last night as a white mage in Falcom Dunes, and I was like, oh, I have, like, no food. My MP is so low because I'm an elven. These people gave me some pumpkin pies, some Rolandry pies. I had such fun yesterday. We were playing in Falcom Dunes, we had a full party, we joined a link shell, everyone was chatting and talking. That's the Final Fantasy XI I remember. It was so enjoyable. And I'm hoping that that's just going to be our experience going forward. So Blue Mage being poor to play unless you get access to clearing spells. Oh, hang on 1 second. My dog is whining. Benjamin. Benson. What's up, little boy? Hey. Come in here. Come in here, you. I've got Benson. Hey, come here, come here. Can you make a noise for everybody? Sit. Can you speak? Yeah, good boy. He knew I was going to say that. Good boy. Are you hungry? Do you want your food? Alright, guys, I'm gonna be right back. Benson wants his food. I will be right back 1 second. Ugh. I always forget that dogs are creatures of habit. They were sleeping so peacefully, so I was like, I'll just stream now. But as soon as 7 o'clock rolls around, it is food time. Doesn't matter if they are fast asleep. It's food time. Oh. They'll eat their munch and then go straight back to sleep. Blue's whole gameplay is like Legend Forever. It is at like era level. That's all I remember about Blue Mage was everyone going and fighting those stupid Cardians just to get Bludgeon, and then that's it, the game's over. You can like one-shot all content. What have we got? We've got Poison, Deer. We finally got Cure. We're rolling in spells. I mean, Blue Mage is ridiculous. Even without Legend. Spells like Cocoon are just stupid. Cocoon is the dumbest spell. Cocoon's like basically a never-ending stone skin. There you go, have fun. But I guess it makes sense because everything that the mobs do in Final Fantasy XI is so much better than anything you can do. So of course Blue Mage is going to be the best. Because all they do is rip off the mobs. And the mobs cheat. See, if we can get to the point where we're stone-gering, like, easy praise, and killing them all in, like, 2 casts, maybe then I'll enjoy Black Mage. Because it's quite satisfying seeing things die in 1 hit. Cocoon with Cannonball. Yeah, Cocoon with Cannonball, and on top of that, you just put in... They can do everything. That's the thing with Blue Mage. They can do everything. They can tank. They can do absurd damage. They can heal. They can do the lot. I don't really know what the logic was with Blue Mage. I guess part of the challenge was in acquiring the spells. Uh-oh. I see a chat from YouTube. The Star Onions album? You know it, my man. I'm gonna have to bring you up on my phone because my Twitch chat is not working properly for YouTube right now. They need to fix it. It's ever since they changed their mobile app, I can't see YouTube comments very easily anymore. Bear with me. Where's my stream? I'm streaming right now, YouTube. Come on, get it together. There we go. Nice one. Now I can read everything. Hey, it's Romagus. I couldn't see your name. I just saw your tiny little comment. How you doing, man? I've been away for a bit. I've been taking care of my health. I had 4 or 5 days there where I was doing my yearly health stuff. But we're back. And we've been having a blast. We've been having an absolute... Look at me. I've got my sub job. I mean, I'm on Black Mage, which sucks, but I've got a sub job. We had some partying yesterday. Is this the first album or second? I think this is the first one. I've been trying to get lots of nice music for the backgrounds of these streams, and obviously the first thing I thought of was Star Onions. So I got their album. They can't do all of it at once, but they just adjust the book to fill the role. Exactly, that's the thing. They're like a wizard in D&D. They can technically do just about anything, but they have to prepare for whatever it is they want to do. I'm good. Eden's been a blast so far. Yesterday's stream was awesome. We were in Valcombe Dunes having a party. People, look, I'm in a link shell and stuff. People were chatting and talking about the good old days. Oh, it was great. People gave me money. I came to a decision, right? I was like, whenever I join these private servers and people try and give me stuff, I always say no, I'll earn it all my own way. I've done so many different challenges and difficult ways of playing this game now. I think I've earned just relaxing. Yeah. So I took their money. I took the sweet pies they gave me. The spells they gave me. Oh, it was great. I was healing. I was full healing in a party yesterday. I never heal. I'm never the white mage. I was the white mage. It was sick. I usually have my blue set to melee primarily. That's the thing, with Blue Mage and me, I would play it more like a sort of melee bruiser with, Cocoon and Bludgeon and stuff like that. The thing is, in Final Fantasy XIV, they made Blue Mage this weird minigame. The thing is, it's actually really fun. The actual Blue Mage itself is really good and cool and fun. But they limited it, so you can't do 90% of content with it. And it's so stupid. They finally made a class that had its own identity and was fun, and you're not allowed to play it in any of the content. Doesn't make any sense. Blue with red or warrior sub? Yeah, that's what I would only go warrior sub with Blue Mage. Only. None of this ninja sub, none of this fucking white mage sub, no. Or Dancer. I've always said that Dancer is just... Dancer makes everything more fun. Putting Dancer on top makes everything more fun. And now we play the resting game. This is the reason why I hate Black Mage. I can't stand resting this much. Dancer always good. Dancer's amazing. Dancer's probably my... I mean, we did the tier list the other day. Dancer is probably my third favorite class in the game. Since when I healed as Red Mage in Battlefield tickets back in the day. That's how I got to 75. My first 75 was Ranger. And let me tell you something. As I was working my way through Ranger, obviously I was going, this was in COP era. You know, I was like working my way through Ranger. I was like, oh man, nobody loves my class. I'm never going to get to 75. I got to about 50. And then what happened? Treasures of Urgen came out. And what did everybody level on? Calibri. And suddenly I was the king of Big Dick City. Do you know what I mean? Everyone wanted me then. Haste the kill without needing MP? Yeah, Dancer's amazing. I love Dancer. Dancer is awesome not just for all of the cool stuff it brings to the table, but just playstyle wise. You're pressing so many buttons and like paying attention. It's more engaging. Spendy. Well, like I was saying earlier, my friend who got me into the game, he was super rich. So he kind of made me like his pocket ranger. And all the difference was he just bought me stuff. He bought me arrows, he bought me like food and stuff. Oh, one of the top things I would always say to him whenever we went out was always, yeah, I'll come help you. I need some more red curries though. And I'd have like 6 or 7 red curries just in my inventory. Back then, ain't nobody using red curry just for leveling, but I was. That's probably why I have such a soft spot for Ranger, is that I have good memories of Ranger. I really like Ranger. I like Ranger so much that when my VTuber is finished, you'll see he's wearing the Ranger artifact. Oh, Romagus. Me and we will escape from the city. I appreciate that. That's infinitely more helpful to have you posting on on Twitch. I don't have to pay so much attention to my YouTube app. But it's good to have you with us, my man. I've never actually played Ranger. Ranger is... Honestly, I love Ranger at all levels. I don't think Ranger falls off or gets bad or is bad at any point. I love Ranger. Difference is, I only like Ranger archery. I don't like marksmanship Ranger. If you want to play with marksmanship, there are a bunch of other classes that do that just as well. Do you know what I mean? Ranger, for me, is Eurytos' bow or nothing. Fuck, even on current retail, isn't Eurytos' bow still, like, the best bow you can reasonably have? I swear it is. I think I have my bow on my red in retail for stats? Yeah, probably. There's a lot of paladins who have bows for stats and things. Samurai, too. Which is a shame, because Samurai with a bow is actually not half bad. They've got, what, like a B in archery, I think? I've always said I've wanted to try, like, Thief Ranger or Samurai Ranger. I think Ranger is kind of slept on as a sub-job. If all you want to do is pure damage, I think Ranger is a little bit slept on. Because for a large portion of the game, ranged weapons just completely outscale melee weapons. Yeah? The bow and arrow at this level is going to do way more damage than, like, anything else. I made a Twitch shortcut for my Steam Deck so I can watch in-game mode. Really? See, I've got a Steam Deck, but I've not done anything with it. I don't think I've even installed anything on it. It's one of those things I bought thinking, oh, it'd be amazing to play Final Fantasy XI on the go. And since buying it, I've never needed to do that. Which makes me think I probably should find some way to make it worth it, you know? I know people could do some crazy stuff with their Steam Decks and make them, like, really cool. For me, it would literally probably be it would be turned into basically a Final Fantasy XI and or Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel machine. That's all it would do. You have Cat's Eye and Horizon on your Steam Deck? One of those is okay. Get rid of the Horizon one. That's probably gonna give your Steam Deck a virus. You don't need Horizon. Horizon's gonna give your Steam Deck a virus, mate. I don't mind Cat's Eye. I think Cat's Eye is fine. It's just, for me personally, I really hate trusts. Like, I despise trusts. And because Cat's Eye has trusts on it, I prefer Eden. And Horizon I don't like for other reasons. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The only good decision they made on Horizon was giving Paladin N Light at like level 30. Outside of that, I should get to log into my Horizon account and Wing Zero Warrior, so no trust for me. That's the thing, man. They've got the Wing Zero Warrior, right? And then they've also got the Unbreakable Crystal Warrior or whatever. I want to be both. That's the thing. I want to be both. I want to be the Unbreakable Crystal Warrior and the Wing Zero Warrior. But you can't do that. If they made it so you could be both, I'd be all over it. I'd be all over that. I'd be all over that in a heartbeat. I think I found the bow I had. I remember, when you're talking about bows, I remember, me and my friend were in, I think it's Quicksand Caves? One of those places. And we got the... I can't remember what it was called. It was called like the... It was a bow we got from an Antikin. And it had a really, really low... like, delay. So your character would fire the bow, but they wouldn't even pull the string back. They just hold the bow out and fire the arrow. They didn't have time to do the animation to pull the bowstring back. It's called like the rapid bow or something like that. I can't remember. Can you play with other? Yeah, that's the thing. Hey, Robogus, if I was there, I'd play with you. That's the thing. I want to play a Wings Era Warrior because Wings was my favorite server. But at the same time, I also want to do the Crystal Warrior Challenge as well. I want to do both. It's the Ambuscade bow. I hate Ambuscade. I fucking hate Ambuscade. The Loxley bow. That was it? Yeah! I think it was from an Antikin. And it had like a 200 delay or something stupid like that on it. So your character wouldn't even pull the bowstring back. They just kind of hold it out and doing. Off went the arrow. I used to love that bow. It was really good for TPing, but had really shit damage, so... I need to sell some stuff. Let's go back. It's about like... Yeah, that bow was awesome. And it's named after Robin Hood's little thief. He's the Earl of Loxley, isn't he? Robin Hood. Is there any special modes or straight up? It's straight up. Trace about Ergen. They have done very little, which is why I like Eden so much. People, you see all the YouTube videos of people who are playing on Horizon, like, it's just like Final Fantasy XI back in the day. And it's like, no, it isn't. Horizon is about as far removed as you can possibly get from how Final Fantasy was back in the day. Eden is like a time capsule. They haven't done anything. It's just Traces of Ergum. Which to me is upsetting because I do like Wings of the Goddess. And I think Wings of the Goddess is peak Final Fantasy XI. But if you want a true blue representation of how Final Fantasy was, Eden's kind of your only real private server nowadays.
But as one bright star shines,
Oh, Jan.
and as one song rings clear above the roar.
Alright, let's sell all this crap. We could probably buy something cool too.
One hope in these darkest of times.
And I kind of wish there was some special modes for Eden. Eden's main issue, if there was one, is that it's very back-ended right now. So there's a lot of top-level players. And then, you know, me. Me at level 12, you know. But it's not entirely true, because people make alts and make other things, so... I mean, look at the number of people online, for instance. 341. That ain't half bad for a private server as old as this. And I'm pretty sure you can only have one alt on a time, so... There's at least 200 players. And they're all willing to help. Everyone's helped me so far. I've never been stuck. We're of the same mind. Might have to get Eden on my Steam Deck. Eden might be harder to get on your Steam Deck because Eden is like the oldest, I think, private server, and it's kind of janked up a little bit. It doesn't have like its own very intuitive launcher or anything like that. I think it's mostly handled through like Ashita or Windower. Can't be as janky as retail. That's really sad, isn't it? That retail is jankier than all of these private servers. That's really sad when you put it like that. But true. How much do rabbit hides go for? Stack? 800? Was it 3 times 120? That's 4. That's more. I get more selling it to this guy. I get more selling it to the AH. That's what sucks about Cat's Eye. 454. I can only play with 12 of them and 11 loads of level 6. Yeah. That was my reason for getting off. Because I did play Cat's Eye. You ask anybody. I played Cat's Eye for quite a bit. And I've tried really hard to enjoy Cat's Eye. I have 2 major issues with Cat's Eye. Like you said, if you want to play a Wing Zero Warrior, you're fucked. And if you play anything else, there's trusts. And I hate trusts. Cat's Eye has the potential to be my favorite. I just need like a combined Wing Zero Warrior and Crystal Challenge thing. I need it to be combined. How much did I just sold everything, didn't I? Let's see if we can buy anything cool. I made so much money just reselling items from shops on the AH. Back in the day, I think it was Selbina milk. There was a time when I used to just go to Selbina, buy Selbina milk, and sell it back at Sandy. And I'd make like 3k every time. It was nuts. Can I use anything cool? I don't have any dagger skill. Can I use any cool clubs? Nope. None in stock. Any cool sticks? Ash Pole's got good damage on it. Yeah, fuck it. Give me the ash pole. How much is this? Considering I'm not actually going to be playing Black Mage, I don't want to spend too much fucking money, you know? Yeah! Now I look like a proper mage. In fact, I need to look like an even properer mage. I need to get a good floppy hat. Can I get like the wind shear hat or anything like that? Traveler's hat. There we go. Fucking hell. I only want it for the glam. I'm not spending $6 on that. Are you mad? Is that the hat you get from... What's the hat you get from that quest? In Windurst. Is it that one? I thought that one was the wind shear hat. This music is getting too intense for me. Reminds me of Hercules. Bless my soul, Herc was on a roll. Alright, we are going to get our Ron 4 region. Probably mage would just be a scholar or a summoner, but that's just my opinion. I don't like playing mages usually. A mage has to have like a really unique thing going for it for me to want to play it. Like I really like warlocks from D&D, but wizards? Nah. I don't play wizards. This music is going crazy on me. What is going on? Let's see how good this stick is. Get him. Oh, fucking brutalized him. Yeah, I love Pathfinder. Pathfinder, the cool thing about Pathfinder is you can be anything. There's so many, like, subtypes, archetypes, blah, blah, blah. You can be absolutely anything in Pathfinder. If you can imagine it, you can probably be it, you know? I love Pathfinder. D&D 5.0 especially, I prefer for just like, hey, let's all just have a quick fun game. Pathfinder, if you want to just have like a deep epic, Pathfinder's better for that, I think. D&D is the simple man's sort of way of doing things these days. Which is bizarre, considering... Right, what was it Stammer suggested? The Nana Migos. We need to put them on. Nana Migos. Wow. Do they have an album? I don't think they have an album. They have several different single tracks, I think. Oh no, here we are. Nanamigo's Stolen Hearts. Yeah, let's do it. There better not be lyrics, though. I don't really jam with lyrics. Alright, Forest Hair. Let's beat him up. I don't have any mana. Ugh. D&D 5.5 5th edition is so poorly written and all the lore keeps getting thrown at yeah, I will say D&D has kind of descended into this is a game. I'm hearing Nanamigos. I told you we'd do it, Stammer, just as soon as we were done with the star onions. I got the Nanamigos on for you. Don't forget. An elephant never forgets, and I'm an elven, mate. They've got ears just as big. An elven never forgets. An elven never forgets, mate. He promised backwards compatibility, but immediately tried to delete all the Twitter. Yeah, I will say 5.8 is very like, this is a game. Yeah, they don't. It's become less of a kind of world with lore and rich details and things that you can immerse yourself in, and more, let's roll some dice and see who wins. Which, like I said, is okay for me when I want to play a quick game with some friends. But would I get super invested in a character I've made in 5e? Probably not. In fact, the character I'm most invested in and had enjoyed the most was my Goblin Paladin. And he was Pathfinder. I also had a Centaur in Pathfinder that I fucking loved. He was a Centaur, one of the fighter archetypes with a lance. But I gave him some feats. I think it was called Branch Pounce, which meant that he could convert fall damage into damage dice when using a lance. And what I would do is I gave him... They were Boots of Cat's Grace or something, or Boots of the Cat or something like that. But they were horseshoes for my guy. Which halved fall damage. So me taking a huge risk. I used to get the wizard to open a plane shift, or not a plane shift, but a portal really high up in the air above our main target, and I would just fall on them and do like 3d10 plus 10d10. I would take half damage, but holy shit, did it not one-shot a lot of guys. I was basically a Centaur ballistic missile. And that's the thing I love about Pathfinder, is you can do dumb shit like that and it works. D&D, now, you can't really do that very much. They've kind of sucked some of the fun out of it. I tried leveling my Taru Monk the other day. Had 2 Nation Rings, food buff, white belt, and what? That's the Taru life, mate. That's Taru life. As a Taru aficionado, let me tell you something. That's Taru life. You can do that, but only spellcasters can. That's true. In D&D, like, spellcasters do get a kind of unfair. I guess that's fine, but they've also back in 3.0, for instance, wizards had like 1d4 hit points. Yeah, the whole wizards are allowed to like bend the fabric of reality later on is no longer balanced around them being complete shit early on. They're still really good early now. They've kind of fucked the balance quite a bit with spellcasting. Don't worry, Romagus. Have you guys seen my first ever VTuber? My Taru VTuber. Have you seen that guy? I don't think you have. I'm a Taru. I stand with Taru. But I can tell you right now, playing a Taru is fucking horrible. Playing a Taru on Era is horrible. Fuck you, Forest Hare. I can still cast Poison. Get him. You can conjure animals, some owls in the air, and have them prone over enemies and fall on them. That's pretty sick. I really like, been playing a bit of Baldur's Gate 3. You can say what you will about Baldur's Gate 3. I like it. I don't think it's the second coming like a lot of people do. I think Neverwinter Nights did a better job of making a kind of D&D based story RPG. But I do enjoy it for a bit of a fuck around, and I do like Warlock in Pathfinder. Not Pathfinder. Baldur's Gate. It's fun. I've basically made my Warlock in Baldur's Gate a complete anti-mage. All he does is cast counterspell. Because I fucking hate mages. So if we have against some enemy wizard and he'll be like, aha! Fireball! Counterspell. Oh, okay. Baldur's Gate 3 has changed so much for 5 years, not even 5 anymore. Yeah, I know. But they kind of had to be fair. Tarot Monk Windows Solo, yeah. There's this video or two on my YouTube channel. Back when we played Horizon, when Horizon first came out. Of me playing a Tarot Black Mage, I think. And I got critted once, and that was it. If you get critted a single time as Tarot, you're just dead. Just give up. Being critted as a Tarot is devastating. Being critted as anyone else sucks, but it's not the end of the world. You get critted as a Tarot, that's it, you're dead. Oh, we're nearly level 8. It's all coming along nicely. Or you get splashed. I've got to say, this Ash Pole isn't half bad for a Black Mage weapon. It's doing about as much as an axe would. Makes Tarot hard. They've got like no HP. On era servers, Tarot have like no hit points. And if you pick Tarot and then pick a class that's already got a low vitality, like Black Mage or White Mage or any of those, yeah, you just get like two-shotted by things. It's not just the fact that they have low HP, it's the fact that they also have low vitality. So, they're already meager HP, means they also just get hit for fuck tons more damage as well. They're supposed to make up for it by being kind of evasive, but they aren't. You still get hit just as much as anybody else. You always played Mithra? Well, you'll be best friends with Stammer. Stammer swears by Mithra. I can't play Mithra anymore. I had one Mithra character, and she missed 13 times in a row. And I died. And so I've decided that my Mithra is cursed. There's a video of it on my YouTube channel. She missed like 13 times in a row. I'm cursed when it comes to Mithra. My favorite races are Taru and Elven, I think. I love Galka too, but I can't play one. I think it's their stubby legs. If Galka were just a little bit slimmer and had slightly longer legs, I'd like them a lot more. They just look kind of like Johnny Bravo, do you know what I mean? Woo! Level 8, boys. One more level for Aero. Watch the Mithra Dragoons solo Vulva with Gugnir. That's pretty fucking sick. That's the thing that makes this game fun. If you can pull off something ridiculous, like, I don't want to keep talking about my past triumphs, but if you look on my YouTube channel where we've saved a lot of us, my YouTube channel is basically all of my old stream stuff that's relevant. I beat Archangel Eevee at level... I think I saw that with it. Yeah, that vid. It's nightmare. But I beat Archangel Eevee at level 75 with trusts only. In full Shantoto cosplay. I was wearing the cosplay on stream and everything. And that took me like 2 days. That was like 2 days of streaming to beat that bitch. But we did it. Sometimes doing the crazy stuff in this game is just so satisfying. Beating the Archangels on retail currently with trusts at level 75, not level 99, is exceedingly hard. Exceedingly hard. The rest of them are fine, but Archangel Eevee is nuts. Alright, can I defeat this sheep? I'm gonna try. Huh. Is it just me, or... does it take a long time to level up elemental magic? I feel like I'm leveling up really slowly. Come on. Unlucky RNG. Yeah, I get that all the time. Fuck you, sheep. Uh-oh. I said, fuck you, sheep. Woo. We did it. It took all of our MP and nearly all of our health, but we did it. I hate Black Mage so much. Why am I doing this to myself? 10 levels to go. All we gotta do is hit 18. And we can drop this horrible class. Hardest thing I've ever done was duo Bastok Final Nation mission with a ninja friend of mine. I've never done anything to do with any other city. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it was hard. I've only ever done Sandoria. I've tried multiple times to start in other cities, but I just can't do it. I'm a Sandorian through and through. For me, with the other cities, it's a case of, like, I just cannot find anything. Everything's just a maze. Windurst and Bastok are just a maze. You compare them to Sandoria, that's really, really straightforward, where everything is. Sandoria is, like, the best laid out city, by far, I think. Early Black Mage on Elven is a slog. It really is. It's kind of horrible. I'm hoping we can reach level 11-ish and get a party. If we can do that, it won't be so bad. Just leveling this up. Yeah, we're trying to get Black Mage to 18. And then we'll swap back to White Mage. Get White Mage to 30. And then we have two main classes to unlock from there. We have to unlock Beastmaster. And we have to unlock Bard. And then we go from there. Ultimately, what I'm looking to have is Bard at 75. And Beastmaster and White Mage at 37. And then everything else on top of that is just gravy, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. There is a good chance this server will be killed before I get to do any of that. That's the problem. That's the problem with private servers. You never know if they're just gonna be gone one day. I woke up one day and Wings was just gone. I was devastated. Hey, this song goes hard. I didn't know this was a rave stream today. They're always rave streams, Abyss. They're always rave streams. My streams are the best streams. My streams are so damn good, and I don't even make any money off them. That's the real crime. All my stream money goes to fucking dogs across the world who need it. Coming on my stream and hang out on my stream, that's your charitable service. You can write it off your taxes. But I have been trying to improve a lot of elements of the stream lately because my stream goes through a lot of changes. Or has gone through a lot of changes, I should say. And, if you don't mind, what song is this? It goes hella hard. This is... I'll just give you the album again. There you go. Seen a lot of those changes. Changes, I feel, are important because banger after banger. For me, it was a case of when I started. Honestly, the thing that really pushed me over the limit to try and make the stream look nicer and put a little bit of effort into these things was that donation we got from a Melancholy Hill for $265. I thought, if someone's going to give $265 to charity in my name, I want them to at least come to a stream that's like halfway, doesn't look like complete shit. Do you know what I mean? So I put the effort in, I made our background, I made our little setup here, I put my effort in. Because you gotta remember, when I started streaming, I didn't give a damn. I didn't give a damn. But I really appreciate it when people do show up and they do support and they do hang out and they do chat and stuff. So I'm always trying to make things better. And honestly, I think we're at a kind of good place right now. The next big change, I guess it's not really a change, but the next big thing that's happening is my VTuber will be finished. I'll kind of swap between my VTuber, this guy, and probably some face cam here and there. I haven't been doing face cam lately because my webcam is dog shit. It's tragic. I had a good one. And then I was like, oh, I want to buy like a modern one. I've had this one for ages. I bought a modern one and it's worse. I don't know how. It's like 8 years more modern than my old one. And somehow, it's worse. It's really slow and choppy. So, I'm probably going to have to buy another webcam before I do any more face cam stuff. Which is a shame because I really liked when we did our like cosplay streams and stuff. I like Fun Little Rabbit face cam better. Me too. Like, this is probably my favorite version. See how you like my VTuber when he shows up. He's a rabbit too. Rabbits are my calling card. It's my fursona, as it were. But yeah, it's mostly gonna be rabbits, don't worry. I only really show my face for like things that require it. Like react videos, etc. But I don't do a lot of those. I want to look into a DSLR. I definitely need to upgrade some equipment. It's been a while since I've upgraded any equipment for the stream. My computer is old. My webcam is shit. I need a new keyboard because my keyboard is janky. That is the problem with not making any money through the stream, is that it takes me a little bit longer to upgrade certain things. But I would rather do it this way. Yeah. Call me weird and old-fashioned, but I've never understood. I guess I kind of understand why people like donate and sub to streamers and give them money and stuff, but like, I don't know. It's never been the appeal to me. This is my socializing. This is how I socialize. That's what I get out of the stream. Is being able to talk to you guys. Playing Risk of Rain 2, music goes hard. I played Risk of Rain 2 like on release. They changed it a bunch? They should have done, because on release I remember it not being the greatest. You got the new rig piece by piece? You're getting graphics card this month? Which graphics card are you getting? Because I've got a... This thing's currently got a 3070 Ti, I think. And it's about time for a bit of a bump up, I think. They just had a DLC a week ago? Maybe I should look back into it. Because I played it on release and it was kind of a bit... eh. AMD 7900 XTX. Damn. Dude's gonna be playing at least 2 copies of Crysis at the same time. Isn't it funny how even like modern graphics cards still can't do Crysis? Crysis too far ahead of its time. You're building a Linux rig. More power to you. I have no fucking clue when it comes to anything other than Windows. I am computer illiterate. That's not true. I know enough to get by, but I am not like super knowledgeable. I got the RTX 4090, 64 gigs of RAM. Wow. Alright, big boy. I'll trade you my computer. Now you guys have said all that, I really want to upgrade my computer. Poor thing. It's old. That's why I have to play every game on, like, medium or lower. Nowadays. You'll see broke Risk of Rain 2 and linked physics to frame rate? Oh dear. I can think of a few games that have done that in the past. To hilarious results. I play Minecraft Max Shader, Max Render Distance, let's go. I was gonna stream Minecraft a while ago, but... Did this fucker crit me again? Get a grip, dude. Minecraft is one of those games where... I load it up, I'm really excited, I play it for an hour, and then I'm bored. I can't get past a certain point with Minecraft. Guess we messed up with that update. Yeah, if you got the hyper-realistic shader that puts Jack Black in the game for you. Where's the Jack Black mod? What if it crit you a third time? I'd have fucking screamed. Remember when we first joined Eden and I went and fought that worm? Was it Eden? It was either Eden or Cat's Eye. But I went and fought that worm and it killed me. The first thing I did in the game was fight a worm and it killed me. One hit. Like... Okay, I was a Taru, but... It seemed a bit ridiculous. Worm food. I really was. Taru life equals to... Taru... This is the thing about Taru, right? Taru is really fun and enjoyable at 75. But all the way there, it's horrible. It's really awful. Anything that uses MP, you're kind of okay with. But... I don't know, man. Taru Warrior is the worst experience. Taru Warrior, Taru Monk, Taru... See, people say, oh, Taru Dark Knight's fine, because you've got loads of MP, but it's like... Dark Knight and MP, like... The bulk of Dark Knight is your scythe, you know? It's not it's quite so much about casting fucking Thunder 2, do you know what I mean? And I ain't being funny or anything, I'd probably prefer Black Mage if I could have a good weapon. If I could have like a scythe that isn't level 50. Taru Red, I love Taru. I have a weak spot for the short stack races. I like goblins, I like kobolds, I like gnomes, I like dwarves even. I like all the short races. I'm watching Avesta solo Genbu back in the day. See, big H&Ms, they are one of the things that I never really did back in the day. I think the closest I ever got to like a big boy H&M was I did help my friend and his link shell out with Nidhogg, I think. If I remember rightly. Definitely a dragon. But like Genbu and all that crap. I didn't do any of that. Always played kobolds. Kobolds are awesome. My favorite diminutive race in anything is Skaven from Warhammer. I love the Skaven. But, you know, it is what it is there. Kobolds are adorable. Kobolds fucking rule. I love kobolds. Kobolds are weird though. They've gone from, like, same with goblins. They've gone from being these kind of like hideous monsters to people kind of thinking they're cute over the course of the internet existing. You look up kobolds now, and they're all like cute little lizards with like fat asses. Do you know what I mean? That's all you get. Same with goblins. And goblins are gross. That's why I like them. I like my little gremlins. I like them to be extra gremlin-y. But I do love kobolds too. I like kobolds, I like goblins, I like hobgoblins. I even like bugbears in a pinch, although they're larger. I like imps. Imps are cool. Buns just loves the underdog. Buns like short people. I'm a big fan of short creatures. I don't know what it is. I think it's literally, I think it's that. I think it's the idea of being small and fighting a dragon is more compelling to me than being tall and fighting a dragon. It's even more stacked against you. Do you know what I mean? And I like that. Distant Worlds, jam. Whenever I think of kobolds, I just see the RuneScape goblin. I love the RuneScape goblins. They're my favorite kind of goblins. Is goblins trying to cook and make it explode? Yeah, is that the Goblin Diplomacy quest? Or was that Recipe of Disaster? That's Goblin Diplomacy, right? The new Goblin Diplomacy, because they added those cutscenes for Goblin Diplomacy like a few years ago. They weren't in it in the beginning. I did it! I remembered to do my supply quest. Are you proud of me, Dad? Woo! See, I told you, I'm trying really hard on this server. I'm like doing stuff that I never normally do. I'm doing the supply quests. I've done my sub-job quests. I'm even playing my least favorite class in the world. Shitty Black Mage. Everything kobolds do have to... I love kobolds. But goblins, I think goblins eke out kobolds just for me. I like goblins a lot. I also like rat folk and bunny folk and all that good shit. Imps are cool. This guy's resisting all my shit. Good thing I've got cure. I'm still in it. I'm still in it. Fuck you, crit! I'm still in it! You son of... Crit again! I could not be any more furious. Too bad you could be... I know, I need to change that. Hang on 1 second. Let me move it for you. Back-to-back crit. I knew that was gonna fucking happen. Let me move my computer monitor for you. Where is it? The sad violin is fitting. It really is. I fucking hate Black Mage. What a dog shit class. There you go. What a dog shit horrible class. How does anyone play this? Cancer. Chrissy. That's my life. Stammer will tell you, I have a weirdly inordinate amount of crits coming my way. It's weird. I'm cursed. It's me. I get critted constantly. I don't know why. I just do. I played this game on like super hard mode. No one plays it. They get carried through it. I know. I can't. This class is like unplayable on Era. It's horrible. You just don't have the resilience at all. Oh, but warp is just so good. So Mew on level 18 as wings. Well, now you've challenged me. Now I've got to do it. First TT. I'm going to scroll up because I missed a few things while I was fucking screaming. First TTRPG I've read kobolds as well as dragons. Kobolds are awesome. Give me kobolds, give me Skaven, give me goblins, and I'm having a good time. At least Red can fight back. Wasn't even that hard. Bind is OP. Look. I don't even have bind. I have blind. I'm cutting off a bit more than I can chew, I guess, by sort of going further in at level 8. But again, that would not have been so bad if, number one, he didn't use Aerial Wheel. By the way, Aerial Wheel is broken, especially on Eden. Aerial Wheel just sits there and goes, you know what? 700 damage. You know what? Stuns you as well. Fuck Aerial Wheel. If he did any other TP move other than Aerial Wheel, it would have been fine. To be fair, I didn't know what I was doing fighting an Orcish Grappler. Have I gone mad? Everyone knows Orcish Grappler is stupid. Blind Team Bear has the letter L in it. I don't want to cast Enfeebling Magic, Stammer. I want to just shoot rocks at people. See? That's all I want to do. Be a lot more alive if you did. You defeated the sheep until you could fight the world? I know, I got cocky. I got a bit too big for my slops. Thank you for getting my reference. Stammer, I usually get your references. That's why I hang out in Bunzi streams. Hey. That's why I like forest hares. I keep leveling up, they stay the same challenge rating. Yes, they do. What is this? Oh, are you sure that's not a crit as well? This game is dumb. Look at that. Crit, crit, foot kick. Fuck me. Actually, like Elven Black Mage casting animation? Yeah, it's a shame that, like, it's a shame that if you're an Elven and you're casting spells, what are you doing with your life? You're playing Elven wrong. I like a lot of Elven animations, only on the female. Elven, that's why I play female Elven. If I'm picking Elven, I play female Elven. Because male Elven is too extra. They are so extra. You've seen how they hold great swords? It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Clearly this Elven is cursed. Every character I make is cursed. Stammer will tell you, every character I make gets critted 80% of the time. It makes no sense. I am just a crit magnet. They've already seen that. I've already shown them that. Well, I think I think Romagus said he's already seen that video of my cursed Mithra. That's why I don't play Mithra anymore. That one character just deleted that race for me. I will never touch Mithra ever again. You seen it too? I'm never touching Mithra ever again. Ever again. The exact same thing would be if you played a Taru and, like, your spells were resisted 13 times in a row. Missing a melee attack as a Mithra? What's the video called? It is called... I think it's called Final Fantasy XI in a Nutshell, or something like that. I don't remember my videos. My videos are made with very little thought in the mind. I've made some videos that I've put a lot of effort into, but the thing about YouTube is you can put a lot of effort into something, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get seen by anybody. So that's kind of why I don't really fuck with YouTube creation anymore. I'm happier just streaming. Every so often I'll make a stupid video based on something, but it's rare. Found it. That video fucking blows. The video itself is fine, but every time I rewatch that one, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened to me. And that's my original VTuber, my Taru. I still have him. Well, I'm completely out of mana. Never mind. I hit him with the old bonkin' stick. Staff level 3. Oh dear. Watching it now? Ugh. Ugh. That video fills me with sadness. I mean, to be fair, I've started again so many times. I've started new characters so many times. I think it's just, by law of averages, I'm gonna have dumb shit like that happen to me. DC most bad. That's the thing. If it was even match, I could kind of understand it. It would suck, but I'd understand it a lot more. There's a decent challenge mousebat, and my weapon skills weren't, like, under-leveled. I was the right level for fighting it. Game just decided to bend me over a barrel. We got a lot of conquest points. We'll get out. That's the thing, like, there was no reason for me to miss that many times. It was a complete troll. It was completely trolling me. I was geared out. I was the most accurate race in the game. I was Thief, so I had even more dexterity than normal. I even tried shooting it with a bow at one point, and I can't even hit it. I couldn't do anything. I noticed at the end, I could have won if I spammed my weapon skill quickly enough. But I was so just flabbergasted by what was happening, I didn't even realize. I was so stunned by what had happened. I even used perfect dodge. I used perfect dodge. And still couldn't beat it. You're missing like me trying to fight an quest boss to stay in old school RuneScape. Oh, I love old school RuneScape. I should do more OSRS streams. I love them. The thing about OSRS is streaming it is kind of difficult because a lot of the time it'll be like, oh, what are you doing today on stream? Well, I'm going to be cutting a tree for 3 hours. Do you know what I mean? OSRS is one of those things I think I would stream only if I'm doing something fun, like Slayer or questing or something like that. Chopping trees all day, not so fun. But some of our enjoyable streams have actually been OSRS streams. Missed the boss for 5 whole minutes while he was twitching. Yeah, OSRS is a bit of a dice roll game. A lot of the time. Which quest was it? Seven Cents is the saddest and funniest video I've ever seen. Stick around, Romagus. Your boy Buns, he's simultaneously the best and worst Final Fantasy XI content creator. I think that sums me up. Simultaneously the best and worst. Sins of the Father? I don't think I've ever done that one. My knowledge of old school RuneScape is like literally 2007. I haven't played properly in a while. That said, I genuinely love the farming skill on RuneScape. I could just play RuneScape just for the farming. Oh my god, this is a decent challenge, Goblin. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? I'm dead. I'm dead. We're all dead. We're all going to hell. We're all getting killed. None of us are making out here alive. Quick cure. Fuck you. Oh my god, he resisted it. I hate Black Mage. This class is dog shit. How do you play this class? It's horrible. Never back down. Mana font. Cast the spell. Yeah! I casted mana font to cast 2 spells. I hate Black Mage. This class is horrid. What have you sent us here? Let me pause this real quick. So mad I buried the blisterwood flail deep in the bank, never to see again. I like the Myrique questline. I did up to... I think the one where you're in the Vampire City, and I didn't do anything after that. What have you sent me? Oh, my video, yeah. The thing that annoyed me about that was I posted that video, and then you get people in the comments, and I had people on the Reddit, because I post my videos to Reddit too. I had people on the Reddit and stuff being like, "Oh, it's your fault. You should know that you should do this." And according to my calculations, you know, doing all the nerd shit, and I'm just like, dude, look at that. That's indefensible. I don't care what your nerd shit fucking accuracy percentage spreadsheet tells you. That was dumb. Okay? I don't give a damn what you say about that. That was dumb. Since the father's after that part, but right? I know, Robin. It's like, fuck me, man. A lot of the Final Fantasy XI community are very quick to defend this game and do all the nerd shit and be like, yeah, according to my calculations, there's a 0.7% chance. Like, they're very quick to do that. But when something is dumb, it's just fucking dumb. Yeah? Some things in this game are kind of indefensible. And it's stuff like that that I like about this game. I like that it's fucking janked beyond belief sometimes. Since the father is after the part of the flail, it's like an adamant weapon trying to hit a god with a stun. That's how I felt about friggin' demon slayer trying to hit the demon with Silverlight at a low level, and you're just like, oh, for God's sake. Will you just die already? Fuck you! First thing he did to me is crit me. Watch him crit me again, I guarantee it. What did I just... Clip that! Clip that right now! Clip that right now! Somebody clip that right fucking now! I'm so... Pardon me? Pardon me? Do you see what I mean? Do you see how, like... I'm like... I've downloaded this game to my brain. I know what it's gonna do. Every time. Every time. Take less than 12% to hit him if you're... Yeah, cursed. I am cursed. If you want to see someone have a fucking stroke live on stream, this is the place to be. This is the place to be. And it sucks because I have like a heart condition, so I probably shouldn't be getting as worked up as I am, but I'm passionate. That's the word I use. I'm passionate. Yeah, we should do some more OSRS streams. I love OSRS. I really do. It's one of my favorite games. It's one of my favorite MMOs for sure. The thing about OSRS is like it's fundamentally, I think RuneScape has the best groundwork for any MMO. It's got so much content, so many cool skills, so much stuff to grind. The questing is good. So much about RuneScape is fucking amazing. It's just kind of trapped in, like, the shittiest engine ever. Do you know what I mean? If they took all of that and put it in a really good engine with, like... Do you know what I mean? It would be so much better. It's kind of bottlenecked by being stuck as, like, this browser game. Do you know what I mean? Playing it right now while watching. I love the fact... I pride myself on being a second monitor stream. Ain't nobody watching me, like, on their first monitor. You stick me on your second monitor, and then laugh at me when I die to a fucking crab. That's what I exist for. It's my contribution to society. Yeah, I should do some more RuneScape streams. I love RuneScape. Not every stream will be Final Fantasy XI. I do stream other stuff. It mostly depends on what I'm in the mood for. It just so happens that lately I've been really enjoying my time on Eden, so... So excited for the new content, the announcements for new things yesterday. I need to start a new account, because my account that I was playing... and it really sucks. I made an account like a couple of months ago where I was like, I'm going to play RuneScape again. I made an account, right? I did all the shit that you normally do. I did the rooftops to get the full graceful set. I did the fishing trawler to get the fishing set. I had like all these sets of cool armor, like for experience gain and stuff. I was so happy. And then what happened? I got a new phone, right? I completely forgot about Authenticator. And now I can't get back in because my phone doesn't have my authentication thing on it anymore. So I can't get back in. And I've sent them tickets. JGEX fucking sucks for customer service, by the way. I have sent them all the evidence they could possibly ever want, every credit card information that I've ever used on that account, everything. And they still haven't gone back to me yet. It could not possibly be anybody else trying to get that account. And the only reason I haven't just started again is because I really don't want to do the rooftop agility again. The rooftop agility grind is fucking horrible. Alright, let's clobber a hare. and send my recovery stuff, and I can get back in. But that's the thing. I can't even get to my account management because as soon as I try and log in, like I have my password and everything. As soon as I try and log in, it's like use your authenticator, and I don't have the authenticator anymore, so I can't get in. I can't do anything. It really sucks. And I hate Authenticator. I really do. The only reason I have Authenticator in the first place is to get your first 10k from the Stronghold of Security. That's the only reason to do it. I've got Heavy Swing. Bonk. Oh, wow. Heavy Swing's actually good. Hey, Romagus, you did it. You clipped it. Thank you, Romagus. I was only kind of joking, but I'm really glad you did clip that. Thank you, that's fucking epic. I'm putting that shit straight on YouTube. This aged piece of paper with the info on it is like 20 years old. Ugh. I've had a lot of RuneScape accounts in my time. I remember my first ever account. I got really far on. Like, I was like level 108 or something like that. I had full Guthans. This is back when that was like the best shit. Like Barrows was the best armor. There was nothing better. I had like full Guthans. Ah, man, it was awesome. And I gave it to my brother. And now it's gone forever because he's forgotten all the information. So, when I moved from the UK to live in the US, I gave my brother like a bunch of my accounts and things. Because I knew I wouldn't be able to kind of... I had a lot more to do. I had a lot more real life stuff to worry about to be playing video games. I just gave him all of my like accounts to things like RuneScape and Adventure Quest and all these things I used to do when I was younger. I even gave him all of my old consoles. I even gave him my Sega Saturn. But did I give him my one copy of Nights into Dreams? Did I bollocks? That copy of Nights into Dreams is going to be buried with me. It's going to be buried with me. There's a reason I'm called Buns into Dreams. And I had 2. See, my problem is, I love starting again. Part of my problem, like mentally, is I really enjoy early game. In a lot of games, I love early game. That's why I'm able to do Ron 4 over and over again. I love early game. I don't... Mid-game is my least favorite. I love early game and I love late game. Mid-game, I hate. I'm getting fucking killed again, aren't I? Come on. Whew. That was a doozy. I was doing like early quests and people would trade me whole sets of rune trimmed in gold. Huh. Really? I don't think I'd like that. Not with RuneScape. Part of the fun of RuneScape is getting stuff yourself. Yeah? I like the idea of Iron Man on RuneScape, but I also like selling stuff on the auction house. So, yeah, you know? I like the idea of Iron Man, but I also like selling things, so... Into the food. We've got some RuneScape videos on my YouTube channel too, a couple of them, where we talk about RuneScape and stuff. If you like me, what's wrong with you, first of all? But if you like some of the stuff that we do here on stream, check out my crappy YouTube channel. There's some videos there that are RuneScape, we've got Final Fantasy XI, we've got a bunch of random crap. Most of it is just clips from my streams. Yeah, the better clips and a little bit of editing here and there. My stream has gone through a lot of changes. You know, I used to have different VTubers, different layouts, you know, stuff like that. I'm pretty settled the way things are now. I don't think I'm going to be changing the stream anytime soon. So, the one thing I think I'm going to change is the background. That's just the Mog house. I'm going to actually decorate the Mog house in been watching for 2 years, mostly like Floofy Dragons. You've been watching 2 and you haven't subbed? My guy, you forget 2 years of free entertainment. You sumbitch. Ah, you're fine. As long as you're here hanging out and having a good time, I don't give a damn. I appreciate you. But with the background thing, I'm thinking of getting the Mog, like taking the Mog house and actually decorating it in-game and then using it as my background thing so it looks more decorated. Because it looks a bit crack-denny right now. Like, look, check this out. Do you know what I mean? It looks a bit crack-denny. I feel like it needs some furnishings to make it look more cozy. Give it a bed in the corner and maybe, like, Sandorian flag on the wall or something. More decorated than my Mog house. I love the Mog house. Fucking I love the Mog house. Honestly, if I had the money for it, in any of the games, like in the retail era, anything, I'd like spend time making my Mog house look cool. I love the Mog house. I will say that's the one thing about Final Fantasy XIV I think they did a really good job on is the housing. They fucked up giving people houses. That's completely fucked up. But the actual housing itself, I think, is really good. It's still not as good as ESO. Honestly, ESO's housing is nuts. ESO's housing is really good. It's just kind of a shame ESO's combat is questionable. I'm gonna add stuff in there for a buff or two. I love decorating houses. Part of my favorite thing to do in The Sims is just make houses. Once I've made my house in The Sims, I kind of just stop playing. I just like making the houses. ESO housing started out bad, but it got better. I didn't play ESO on release. I played ESO when Somerset came out, I think. More accessible for non-paying players. Yeah, I really like the housing in ESO. I thought it was... ESO is honestly a really good game. I really like everything about ESO, except the combat system. Legitimately, if they rework the combat system completely, I think ESO would be amazing, because everything else is great. The questing is fine. The PvP is outstandingly fun. I love the PvP. I just think that the whole combat system is dog water. Any combat system based around weapon swapping, I will always think is shit. Weapon swapping should be an option, not a requirement. Do you know what I mean? That's partly why I didn't like Guild Wars 2, although there's plenty of other reasons not to like Guild Wars 2, honestly. Alright, how close are we? Oh, it's taking so long. I hate Black Mage so much. We're in the real spook factory here as well. Big tough sheeps. Who used to rage at me for being top DPS as healer? That's the thing I like about ESO though. You can go in as a tank or healer, but you can still lay down some serious numbers, you know? I actually really like tanking in ESO. I think tanking in ESO is fun. I like the fact that tanks in ESO aren't required to, like, worry about every single mob. They're mainly for locking down key targets, you know? I like that. Tanking is almost always my favorite thing to do. Like, I love tanking. If you were to ask me what is my favorite role in MMOs, it's tanking. The thing about 11 is, I don't really like Paladin. If I could tank effectively as a warrior, or something like that, I'd be happier. But Paladin's reliance on casting spells, I like my tanks to just hit things, you know? That's kind of why I like Warrior in 14, honestly. All it does is hit things, you know? Although I liked that more sort of 2 expansions ago. Need to heal less if the boss dies faster? Exactly, that's a good point. That was always my excuse when I used to heal in 14. I'd be like, I'm busy casting... I'm casting Dia over and over again. Shut up. You've got Regen, what more do you want? You love 14 Warrior? 14 Warrior stands out because it's the only class, I think, in 14, currently at least, that has its own really strong identity. All the other ones don't. All the other tanks are much of a muchness. All the other DPS are much of a muchness. All of the healers are garbage. 14 Warrior just sits there and goes, you know what? I don't even need a healer. I'm just gonna fucking wail on everything and be fine. "14 Warrior stands out right now because it's the only 14 class that has a strong identity. Is it too OP? I think probably a little bit. But I would always rather a class be overpowered than underpowered. Miss class diversity? It's the wrong game for that. There used to be some class diversity in 14. That's the thing. Like I said before, 14, sort of Heavensward era, and even a little bit of Shadowbringers. I'm gonna die. Go, heavy swing! Hit him! I missed! Fucking Black Mage! Ah! I hate Black Mage so... Right, no, I'm not doing Black Mage anymore. Fuck this horrible class. Oh my god, this is just AIDS. Oh, how do you do this? How do you play this class? It's so bad. It's so unbearably bad. I'm even using food that gives me 3 intelligence and 40 MP. FF14 Warrior's identity is Felcleave. To be fair though, that's enough. Felcleave is fun to spam. I don't even like Felcleave. I like the one that's AoE. What's it called? Is it Decimate? The one where you like jump in the air and slam your axe down? I like spamming that one. Bam, 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 bam. Fuck all these mobs. Give me all my health back. That's the thing. 14's problem is that it's so homogenized and nothingy now. There's something as goofy as Warrior stands out because everything else is just like a grey mush. You know? Everything else is just the same as everything else. 40 MP is so much at an early level. It is, and I'd still die to everything. Black Mage fucking sucks. Now, you know what? Actually, hang on. Can't I buy slacks from somebody? Doesn't this guy down here sell slacks? I feel like he does. He sells something weird. Ash clogs. Fuck it, I'm buying this potion. I'm buying this potion for emergencies. That's my emergency potion. Someone remind me I have it when I'm dying, please. Because I will forget. I love queuing with warriors as healer. I just be great. Yeah. If you're a healer and with a warrior in 14, you just do damage. And the thing is, that's crazy, is that 9 times out of 10, you'll just do more damage than the damage do. It's kind of stupid. 14's problem is that it's the complete opposite of 11. In 11, every single class has a unique identity. Every single class has a unique identity that makes it separate from every other class. There are healers, there are technically tanks, there are technically damage dealers, I suppose, but all of them are so different that they are important in different areas. In 14, all DPS are the same. All healers are the same. The only reason Warrior stands out is because it doesn't need a healer. Paladin doesn't either, to be fair. If you're decent enough, Paladin in 14 can kind of solo most of everything. But then you're playing boring-ass Paladin, you know? His presence of mind to DPS is White Mage. I will say, it is quite enjoyable on 14 when you use Presence of Mind and you can be like, dear, just fucking melt people. That is fun. And Holy is fun to spam. And legitimately, like, people get the impression that I hate 14. That's not strictly true. I have so many hours in 14 that I don't think I could possibly say that I hate it. What I hate is what it's become. 14 in Heavenswood, I was addicted to 14 during the Heavenswood era. Addicted. But slowly over time, they've taken so much individuality out of everything. They've taken the individuality out of the classes. They've taken away things like picking your own stat buffs and things like that. They've removed any and all thinking that might be required, to the point where it kind of plays itself. Final Fantasy 14 now kind of plays itself, you know? The Mithril Dragoon I mentioned earlier was Dragoon Red Mage. Exactly, the sub-job system is nuts. Being able to make... And that's why it always stresses me out when people are like, oh, the sub-job you're supposed to be using is this one. If you never experiment, you're never going to find cool shit. Like, the only way I was able to beat the Shadow Lord on retail at level 50 with only 4 trusts was by playing Beastmaster/Paladin. For the extra healing, and also for Shield Bash. Shield Bash was required to beat that. I couldn't beat it as anything else. So playing with the sub-jobs and things is huge in 11, but people are very kind of stuck in their ways, you know, this is the sub-job that you're supposed to play, and 9 times out of 10 it's fucking slashing in. And you just think, well, when I play Bard, for instance, I'm going to be playing, when I'm soloing, I want to play Bard/Beastmaster on Eden. Because Charm runs off of Charisma. As a Bard, I will have Buku Charisma. So I should technically still be able to charm just about anything. And having a pet and songs sounds nuts. I like that idea, and that's what I'm going to be trying to go for. That's my ultimate goal. Mr. Charisma. A 20% more speed and global cooldown reduction is huge when every other class is stuck waiting for it. Yeah, and it's still fun, but I feel like committed to XI and I still consider it. No, I don't think so. I think 14 does have fun moments. I genuinely do, and I do think 14 has cool moments. There are moments in the stories that I actually really like. Like, I think Vor3 is a really cool villain, and I really like his whole everything to do with him. I thought he was great. I thought most of Shadowbringers was really good, honestly. It's just, over time, it's become just so homogenized to the point where it kind of plays itself. You know? I need my brain to be a bit more engaged. That's why I love 11. With 11, I can chat to you guys, I can focus on other things, we can have a good time. But at the same time, as we've seen, sheep will just beat me. I need to be paying at least a little bit of attention, do you know what I mean? Whereas if I played 14 right now, I guarantee I could just walk from group to group, pressing my hotkeys and not even be... I could close my eyes and do it. Do you know what I mean? And my biggest issue with comparing 11 to 14, with 14, it's all instanced. The important content is all instanced dungeons, instanced raids, instanced this, instanced that. In 11, all of the majority of the gameplay takes place in the open world, in the overworld. which I think makes 11 feel more like a real world that people live in, whereas 14 feels more like games within a game. Do you know what I mean? It feels more like set pieces. Whereas 11 feels like, hey, you're currently in Ron 4. Yeah? Which is part of the world. Nothing in 14 really feels like it's connected to anything else. Do you know what I mean? Why am I fighting an Orcish Grappler? What the fuck am I doing with my life? Good God! 21 damage. I hate this class. I hate this. I'm gonna have to eat my potion already. Go, potion, go! I'm back in it, baby. We're gonna finish off a heavy swing. No, we're not. We did 8 damage. Yeah, we critted him. How's it feel, bitch? How's it feel to be critted? You have a potion? Thank you, Romagus. I'm so upset that I've had that potion for like 10 minutes. That's how long it took for me to use it. Once we get to level 9, we'll have Arrow, and hopefully that'll kind of make things a little easier. Water and stone. No bueno. Tiny club damage. I don't mind clubs. I think clubs could be good. Like, Club Paladin is not that bad. Paladins have an A+ in clubs. Club Paladin's pretty good. Club Red Mage. Yeah. Fuck it. Club Warrior. One thing I'm not crazy about in this game is the way all of the classes have letter grades in certain weapons. I think it would be more fun to just let people use whatever weapons they want. Do you know what I mean? Not necessarily give them all access to every weapon. Like, maybe black mages can't use greatswords, yeah? But make it so that a warrior with a greatsword can have just as many weapon skill points in greatsword as, say, a dark knight can. Because I think that would open up way more ways of playing. People would be a little bit more open-minded. Yeah, because those, at level 75, those 40 or what, 40 whatever weapon skill points mean the world. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of what I always wanted Warrior to be. I always wanted Warrior to just be able to use just about everything. We'll just use great axes and call it a day. You see Paladins use hammers on Horizon. You give Paladin a higher club skill. No, it's mostly to do with Horizon. It's mostly to do with the fact that they fucked up the balance completely. So, I think with Horizon, it's just a case of the... Maybe they did give it a higher skill, but I'm pretty sure they just fucked up the balance to the point where they do more damage or something stupid. Horizon sucks. I hate Horizon. I've made videos on my channel about Horizon. I hate Horizon. If you're looking for a true sort of experience that's like how 11 was, Horizon is the worst option. Because they have one class, Thief, and then the rest. Thief is the only class they give a fuck about over there. Which is fitting, considering all of the money that they acquire, shall we say. I kind of ignored the grades if the weapon was good. I love greatswords, but greatswords suck in 11. I'm sorry, but greatswords are terrible. You know, anyone who can use a great axe might as well use a great axe over a greatsword. There are no real good options for greatsword, which is a shame. But with Horizon, they gave Thief like 37 buffs in a row. They gave Thief a bunch of free items, a bunch of extra job traits, all this nut shit that Thief doesn't need. Thief didn't need it. The one buff they gave Thief inadvertently that I think was a good idea was increasing the damage of daggers by 1. I think that's fine, because daggers do suck. In Era, daggers are terrible. So I think increasing the damage of daggers is a good idea. But then they didn't also need to give Thief dual wield at level 30. Yeah? That's too much. Thief is already absurdly strong, purely through Treasure Hunter alone. Yeah? Thief didn't need the love it got, because Thief is what main developer, quote-unquote, Eric plays, then it obviously is the best. Yeah? Partied with a Greatsword Paladin on Dunes back in retail. My favorite part. Greatsword Paladin is like the coolest shit ever, but Shield Bash is so good and Paladin is so good at shield that it does feel kind of silly. In fact, you can't say shit to me that I haven't already experimented. I have played this game fucking to death. Let me find my video. Where is it? I have played this game to fucking death. Where is it? There it is. You get to see my ghastly mug. But, at least back then. Before I was femboying it up. There you go. And spell with that club was... That's the thing, like, they gave, I think that was it. I think it was the fact that they gave Paladin N Light at level 30. And N Light with a club is just nuts. Dude, is there any place you can legitimately pull that off? That's what I'm talking about. Like, in that video I just posted, I was talking about how I wanted to be a greatsword paladin. And I was just sitting there thinking, I wonder if I could have a shield, use shield bash, and then just swap back to my greatsword. Level 30? And Light's level 80. Not on Horizon. On Horizon, they gave Paladin and Light at level 30. Which I think is a good change, because Paladin, compared to Era Paladin, Paladin does need a little bit of help dealing some damage. So I think giving Paladin and Light at 30 is a fine change, honestly. It's just everything else they did that's dumb. Please, for the love of God, can we hit that? Oh, we're nearly there! We're nearly there! I just need a little bit of MP. That'll do. Fuck it. Just about it. Get that thing away from me! My spells will be deflected off of his diamond skin and hit me. Yeah, he wasn't stunned by the shield bash, he was stunned just like by the stupidity. He was like, what the fuck? Did you just swap to a shield to bash me? Not even a shield and sword, just the shield. I don't even need the weapon. The downside to that whole thing, I would have legitimately given that a try if it weren't for the fact that every time I did it, I lost TP. Do you know what I mean? The loss of the TP would have been too much. Dual wielding a shield? Hey, in Dark Souls, that's a legitimate strategy. Oh, I need 7 experience. Let me find a level. That'll do. Dingbats. Get over here. Hello, you. Huzzah! We're finally cooking with gas. We've got arrow. We're slowly getting there, boys. We're slowly getting there. If one shield is good, then 2 must be better. I do think that in a lot of games, defense always beats at like pure offense. Defense is underrated. Look at that arrow. Ah, it's beautiful. When you shield, only do you attack with one hand? I think so. I do believe so. Hand, one hand. Made someone disconnected Dark Souls by only parrying them and doing nothing else. I've made one of my favorite builds ever that I did in a Dark Souls was Dark Souls 3. I had a character that used the Corvian Great Knife. Because the Corvian Great Knife has a weapon art attached to it, which was like, I can't remember what it's called, like Blind Spot or something. And it was basically just a stab. It was a stab that could go through shields. But it was really quick. And I know that in Dark Souls 3, people would be hit twice and then they'd parry, because the third hit would always be parried. So all I ever used to do in PvP was hit someone twice and then use blind stab immediately. They try and parry it, they can't because it goes through shields. And all I would do is hit, blind stab, hit, blind stab, hit, blind stab. And it was just 100 to 0, most people, because they'd always try and parry that third hit, and they never could. It's beautiful. Corvian Great Knife, Dark Souls 3, best weapon. And I haven't played Dark Souls 3 in like 6 years. And I still remember that. I'm not crazy about like Elden Ring. We played Elden Ring on stream recently and we beat the new DLC and everything, but Elden Ring to me is kind of meh. If you're talking about Souls games, my favorite Souls-like is Lies of P. Lies of P is an outstandingly good game. I love that game. Alright boys, all we've got to do is reach like level 11 Black Mage. Then we can hopefully get a party, and this will speed up. PS3 being attacked as action priorities, people would load up on poise. Yeah. Dark Souls 3, like, invasions and stuff would always just devolve into stacking poise and swinging a greatsword. An ultra greatsword. Out of all of the Dark Soulses, I think, PvP-wise, I think 2 is the best one. Because you never know what you're going to run into in 2. In all the other ones, it's all fairly kind of cut and dry. But in Dark Souls 2, you never know what the hell you're going to end up fighting. It's such a mess. Whip and hand crossbow? Ah. Oh. Yeah, but I love whips. Whips are my favorite weapons, and if, like in any game, if a game has a whip in it, I'm going to be using it. Because Castlevania used to be like my favorite game when I was a kid. I am a slut for whips, which sounds way kinkier than it should be. I love whips. Thing is, a lot of games don't do whips. But if a game does a whip, I'm using it. I've done whip runs in all the Dark Souls. My favorite weapon in Bloodborne was the whip cane thing. And out of all the FromSoft games, that's my favorite one, Bloodborne. If I could get a capture card, I would play Bloodborne on stream, but I've got other things to buy before a friggin' capture card, you know? I recently bought my doggies a big bag of, like a 40-pound bag of dog food from one of them surplus places. And that skinted me. I've got like no money left. It was like 80 bucks. Love this rendition of Roland Fields. My music's been on point today. I think we're going to make a nice big playlist of these tracks and just, that's going to be our stream music. There's a project people are working on to port Bloodborne to PC. That'll get shut down super fast. That'll get shut down immediately. Sony is aware of the fact that even now, Bloodborne is one of those games that is selling systems. Yeah? Even now, Bloodborne is selling PS4s. Come on, heavy swing. I don't even need it. My power grows. This is not going to be so bad starting tomorrow, because tomorrow I'll get my new Emperor band. So we'll speed this. That'll speed this crap along exponentially. And I will definitely use friggin' an Emperor band to get this crap over with. Normal attack hitting harder than Tiny Swing. Heavy Swing sucks. Heavy Swing and Shining Strike. Like, people complain about Wasp Sting. Wasp Sting is great. Compared to Shining Strike and fucking Heavy Swing, Wasp Sting slaps. I mean, I'm not being cute or anything, but for early game weapon skills, if you're not using double thrust, you're barely in the game. Double thrust is so absurdly good. Double thrust just sits there and is like, oh, I'm gonna attack this orc. Double thrust, 140. Huh? What? See, we're doing some good damage now we've got Aero. And things will only get better as we get more elemental magic skill. I ain't being fun or anything, but you know that I'm trying on this server. If I'm putting myself through Black Mage, I am trying. Yeah? This ain't a flash in the pan. I am trying to go somewhere on this server if I'm subjecting myself to this asinine crap. Damn it. You ever feel like just falling asleep? That's what Black Mage does to me. I was sitting in my chair then, just like zoning out super hard. I think level 10 things will get a bit better. We'll have a Royal Footman's Tunic. We'll get some of those Eremite's Rings. We'll be a bit better off. Yeah. I don't get this way about a lot of classes, but Black Mage just... Oh my god, I hate it. It's going to be Beast. On this server? No, it's going to be Bard. What I want to do is I want to do Bard / Beastmaster as my main sort of soloing thing. And I'll have White Mage as well for parties. Like Bard / White Mage for parties and things. But I want to try just having fun in the overworld with Bard Beastmaster. I think it can work. Stranger things have worked, I think. What's your... Ultra Charisma. Exactly. I want to be Mr. Charisma. Yeah? Just call me Vince McMahon. I'm Mr. Charisma, boys. Because my logic is this. Charm runs off of Charisma, right? So, as sub-job, Beastmaster, I'll have loads of Charisma. So Charm should still work with just about everything. So, I should be able to run around as Bard, sing my songs, and have a pet. All of these things sound fun to me. Do you know what I mean? All of those things sound fun and enjoyable. So I'm going to go for it. I think at the very least, it'll be a unique way to play Bard. Which is what I'm always looking for. I'm always looking for a unique way to play something like Bard. Because, oh, sweet, best viewers. Because Bard is one of those classes that's kind of... In this game, I don't care what you say. If you're level 75, you could be naked with nothing. But if you're playing Bard, you're still going to get an invite. You know? Beast sub pet is still 75, am I right? Yeah, I think so. Especially if you charm them. If you're charming them, they're whatever level they are in the overworld. I think that's how / Beastmaster works. And if it's not, then it's whatever. But I think it'll be fun. Regardless of what happens, we're going to be playing Bard. So if I'm in a party and I need to be a proper Bard, I can be / White Mage. That's not a problem. But for in the overworld and just dicking around and having fun and challenging ourselves, and we could fuck around with / Beast. Why not? I think it'll be fun. And we could be Mr. Charisma. Exactly, we're going to be a Pokemon trainer. We've got a poker flute. We're going to have wild sheep. I think it'll be great. And here's the other thing that's cool about it, is that on Horizon, / Beastmaster is like super broken because they broke the balance. So everyone runs around / Beastmaster. Everyone. People like Paladin / Beastmaster, this / everything's / Beastmaster over there because they fucked it up. I'm going to be doing it non-fucked up and just seeing what it's like. Yeah? I think it'll be fun. Pokemon Ranger. I think that's a thing about Ranger, is that if Ranger had a pet, people would like it more. Thank you, Stammer. I didn't even know you were still here, Stammer. I thought you'd done the classic Stammer and gone and, like, drank a pint of maple syrup instead. Even Stammer can't sit and watch Black Mage. It's that shit. Oh, she pints alright. Have you been having a lager? Have you been having a cheeky lager? It's Sunday, why not? I know someone's saying it's one of the few perks of learning beast completely. Your pet is equal to your beast main level. when you're using it as sub. I don't know. I don't necessarily know how it works, but I think Bard / Beastmaster will be funny. I think it will be enjoyable and at least be quirky, which is what I usually go for. If something's quirky, I'll give it a try. I mostly just want to rub it in the faces of all the fucking dickheads playing Horizon. That Beast / Beastmaster can work outside of their precious little fucking hug box. God, I hate Horizon. Bonk. I heard that and I put you in my How To Guide Beastmaster way back, and I'm sure I had a lot to do with it too, but I have no idea if that's true. I don't know how it works, but all I know is that Charm runs off Charisma. So Bard / Beastmaster should technically be able to charm everything. Just like a Beastmaster can. I think. So I like the idea of running around playing songs and having a pet and stabbing things. I like that idea. And for me, all it ever takes for me to commit to something is liking the idea of it. I don't need to know if it's the optimal way to do anything, because nothing I ever do is the optimal way of doing anything. I just need to like the idea of it. And I like the idea of that, so I want to kind of see it happen. Let me put it to you like this. I would not be suffering through fucking Black Mage, the worst shit in the world, if I didn't want to give it a fair shake acquiring that vision. You know what I mean? Also funny how Ranger in Guild Wars was... Ranger in Guild Wars is my favorite class in the world. Guild Wars 1 Ranger is my favorite class in the entire world. We've played Guild Wars 1 on the stream before, and my Ranger... I've got like... My Guild Wars 1 account has like 6 Rangers. I don't have anything else. Guild Wars 1 Ranger is insanely fun. I love it. Guild Wars 2, I don't give a fuck about because I hate Guild Wars 2. But Guild Wars 1 Ranger is... Oh, it's chef's kiss. You're preaching to the choir, Floofy Dragons. Guild Wars 1 Ranger is the best class ever made. I have a Ranger who uses the Anniversary Sword, the Expertise Sword, and is like purely melee. She's so much fun to play. And then I've got one who's like a marksman type who, you know... I've got a Ranger that specializes in everything. All your Rangers are Expertise. Expertise is such a good trait. It's the best trait in the game, I think. Or best attribute in the game. Expertise rules. I mean, all you need to know about Ranger is pre-searing Char Ranger just explodes you from... in like 2 hits, your entire health bar's gone. Ranger is nuts. I love Guild Wars 1 Ranger. My issue with playing Guild Wars 1 on stream is that I've done everything in Guild Wars 1. Everything. I've got nothing left. I've done hard mode everything. I've done all the fucking most challenge. I've done it all. So for me to play Guild Wars 1 now, I need to actively fight. I just have to go through the game again or something. You know, I've kind of done it. All of the classes running out of mana for Rangers. Exactly. Ranger doesn't have mana. They might as well be manaless. Capped Expertise. Ranger might as well be fucking manaless. I love Ranger. I tried like a free trial of Guild Wars 1 back, never gave a fair shake. Guild Wars 1 is amazing stamina. You don't treat it like an MMO. You treat it like instanced multiplayer. Yeah? If you treat Guild Wars 1 as like instanced multiplayer with a good story, Guild Wars 1 is amazing. It really is. If you get a couple of friends, right? A couple of friends to go through like prophecies or factions or not Nightfall because Nightfall sucks, or Eye of the North or any of that, it's such a blast. Every time I've played Guild Wars 1, it's been with friends, and it's just so good. The stories are so good. Making your own builds. If you want to make your own build and have like full customization and all that cool shit, Guild Wars 1, every class has like 300 abilities or something stupid like that. You can do whatever the hell you want in Guild Wars 1. It's so good. And it has a sub-job system just like 11. It's not an MMO, it's an RPG with multiplayer. Exactly. It's not an MMO, not in the truest sense. I like the character. I love Guild Wars 1. Guild Wars 1 is up there for me. Please don't kill me, sheep. He's resisting all my shit, as usual. The sheep's gonna win, isn't it? Yep. And I don't even have mana font. We're going for it. I've got no mana at all. Nothing. I hate this class. I hate this class. This class is so unbelievably bad. I'm this close to just saying fuck warp. This class is unbelievably bad. This class is so horrible. I don't know how anyone plays this. I don't know how anyone plays this class and thinks it's fine. This class is the worst class in the entire game. Good God. You can't do anything as this shit. Because I'm not being funny or anything, right? Okay, I'm an elven, so I don't have the best intelligence in the world, right? I'm eating food that gives me 3 intelligence. I would think that would mean something, but it just doesn't. Everything still resists my spells all the time. Elven fucking... It's not even Elven, it's Black Mage. Black Mage is dog shit. I guarantee... This is the thing, if I was Taru, the opposite problem would be the problem. In that I'd have all the MP and damage in the world, but I get hit twice, I'll die. I hate Black Mage. This class is awful. All Warrior Paragon Party only running hammers. That's the thing though, with hammers, I still think Ranger does hammers better in Guild Wars 1. Bunny Thumpers are the best. Everyone's shouting and restoring their energy to shout more. Did you ever do Imbergon? The Imbergon build in Guild Wars 1? The Paragon build that spams Save Yourselves? That build is so fun. I did a Paragon once. Yeah, it just spams Save Yourselves. And you just give your whole team basically invincibility. It's so nuts. We were able to just like endlessly tank constant waves of monsters with no... Didn't even need monks. Didn't even need healing. Just took no damage. It was so good. I love Guild Wars 1. That game promotes creativity. There are so many different builds and so many different skills that you can come up with some really crazy shit. The thing about Guild Wars 1, I'd love to show you my characters right now. However, I've lost my account. I've tried to log into it. It got closed for quote-unquote suspicious activity, which is bullshit. And now I can't get back into it because I've tried to send for a code and it's just never showing up. ArenaNet just aren't sending the code. I've got the email address and everything. The code just isn't showing up. So I don't know what to do. But anyway, Blue Mage to do a counter evasion tank right now. Just spent 14 million gil on upgrades. Yes, damn it. How do you like my 83k? Remember, on Era, you have to times any amount of gil you have by 1 million. And that's how much it's worth on retail. So I've got 83 million gil. Blue is fun. Blue is fun. And honestly, if I wasn't such a I hate magic guy, I'd probably enjoy blue. But I hate magic. And I fucking hate Black Mage. This class is horrid. But I've already sunk 9 levels into it. I've just got to do 9 more. Tomorrow, I can get my new Emperor Band. The Emperor Band will make it a lot less painful. And also, 2 more levels. Hopefully we can get a Valcom Dunes party. And that'll speed it up exponentially. All we gotta do is just muscle through. Okay, that's all we've gotta do. Is muscle through. But good grief, this class is unplayable. Unfucking playable. Oh, Romagus! My man! I appreciate you, my man. And now, let me go ahead and... Oh, shut up, me. What, me? Unfortunately, it's in Great British Pounds, which is super annoying. I think it's £4 I get. Well, I only get $2.50 from subs, but I give the whole sub to charity because who gives a fuck? I'm not gonna start like splitting hairs. Did it go through? There we go. I think it went through. Hey, thank you so much, my boy Romagus. Your donation has gone to the Second Chance Dogs UK. We've reached that target like by a lot, but I want to keep going because we reached it in like a day. So I'd like to keep going and see if we can maybe get like maybe 300 quid. That'd be nice. And I will swap to another charity. It's always going to be like dog and animal charities because I don't really do people charities. But I appreciate your sub. Thank you. That's going to go straight to a good cause. Blue is what has me constantly playing. I never thought I'd get a mythic, but I ended up grinding out a Tizona just as my love letter to his favorite job. Yeah, like Blue Mage is great, but personally, I just don't like magic. Morales and Mowgli and Tizona are the only relics I have. See, Floofy, you need to get in on the Discord so you can chat with with my boy Stammer here. If you're a big retail guy, Stammer is gonna you and him can go smooch in the corner. You and Stammer need to go in the corner and have a little smooch off. Because when it comes to retail, I know jack shit. I'm the wrong person to talk to when it comes to retail. My main job's on retail. I want to play System of Burt Gang and Death Penalty 2. But see, I really want to get a Gutler, but because of the way I play retail, getting a relic is just not gonna happen. Frankly, as much as I'd love to get a Gutler, like I ain't being for anything. I would legitimately really enjoy Dragoon Healer on retail, but acquiring the Worm Armlet is just... why couldn't it be in any of the other fucking Dynamices? Why is it in, like, the one I need to do 7 other Dynamices before I can get to? I hate that. I only play retail whenever there's 3 months to play? Well, I personally always keep a retail sub up. I may not play on it, but my mentality is this. If I'm playing on a private server, I feel like it's only fair that I still pay for retail. That's just a personal hang-up. Because if I'm getting enjoyment out of the game, I feel like they should still get money from me. But I appreciate that not everyone is in that position. I mean, I'm strictly not, you know, I'm not a fabulously wealthy person, but I don't pay any subs to any other games, so... The only other sub that I sometimes pay is RuneScape, but again, like I said, with RuneScape, I'm kind of fucked right now, so I'm hoping they can fix my account for me. Because right now, I can't play anything. And it pisses me off, because I want to get ready for Partner Slayer. I want to get ready for Slayer Partners. I want to find someone and just bonk them on the head with a club like a caveman and drag them off to do Slayer with me. I need a fellow Slayer slut like me. I love Slayer. It's my favorite skill. And so to any of the games, I barely even buy any video games in general. That's why I'm cool to pay for retail 11. That's fair. Pay for 14 and play 11 on private servers. I think that's fair too, Romagus. I mean, you're giving Square Enix your money. I think it's fair that, and let's be completely frank. 14 and 11 should be on the same subscription. If you pay for 14, you should get 11 for free, and vice versa. I think. But you know they're greedy. Personally, I think it would just make both games flourish more. You'd get people who play 14 going, I'm curious, I wonder what 11's like. They'd come over and they'd play 11. You get people playing 11 who might say to themselves, hey, I want a dumbed down moron experience. I'm going to go play 14. No, bad buns. You might get people playing 11 who say, hey, I want a more... I feel like a slightly more casual experience. I'm going to go play 14 for a bit. So yeah, I think it would make both games flourish. So, but alas, you know, they're not going to make the money that way. Your combats are low, but you're planning to work it out. Hey, Floofy, I'd play Slayer Partners with you. I just need to get my account back first. But we'll do some OSRS streams for sure. I love RuneScape. I'm happy to stream RuneScape. The thing about streaming RuneScape is I have to be doing something that I think is at least enjoyable-ish to watch. Chopping a tree for 3 hours? I don't know. I don't think I could stream that. But Slayer Partners, I could definitely stream that. I've heard rumors of an 11 reboot. There have been rumors of an 11 reboot for years. Years and years and years and years. And I just don't think it's going to happen. If it does, that would be me for another 3 or 4 years. I would 100% just be sunk into that. But I don't think it's going to happen. Because it's been talked about so many times. I mean, there was that 11 mobile thing, wasn't there, that never came to fruition. I'll show you the new boss that was added to Mage if you don't know about it. Yeah, I mean, I don't... Like I said, my account currently on RuneScape hasn't gotten very far. I think the last thing I did was Grand Tree... No. What's the Waterfall quest? The most important quest in the game. Waterfall quest. And that's the last thing I did on that account. And so I've got like... I'm like level 30. I'm not very good. But if I've got the promise of some Slayer partnering and some cool shit to do, I would absolutely... I may have to start a new account. I don't know what Jagex is going to say. But if they turn around and say, you know, we'll give you your account back, that's great. If they don't, then I may have to start again. But honestly, I'll start a new RuneScape account just to play with people. I love playing RuneScape with people. Especially doing stuff like Castle Wars and all the fun mini-games. I love the mini-games in RuneScape. That's the best part, in my opinion. Wintertodt is shit, but other than Wintertodt, I love Castle Wars, I love Soul Wars, all that stuff. All that stuff. And I still need to get a 99. I've never gotten a 99 in my life. Never. I would love to get like 99 Slayer or 99 Farming or any of those skills. I love all of those skills. I spent a whole week at Wintertodt last week. Wintertodt is good for the drops, but it's kind of a shit minigame, isn't it? It's not a great minigame. Click on this thing over and over again. It's a pretty bad minigame, but the drops are what makes it worth it. They're revamping it soon. I think it exists mostly for the sake of Iron Men at this point. Because it's a good way for Iron Men to build up like herbs and seeds and things. 11 rumors? Alright, I'll tell you what, let's have a look at this. Alright, we'll watch this, and that'll be the end of the stream. Alright, we'll watch this on stream, and that'll be the end. Because I'm curious. Bear with me. Alright, boys, we're going to watch this video. We're going to make it into a quality that isn't terrible. There we go. Oh, look at see.
Hello, everyone.
Look.
If you're a Final Fantasy XI player wondering about the future of this title
Sandy
in the
flag
franchise,
on front.
or someone who has never played FF11 but put it off because it hasn't been released for the current generation, this video might be for you. It was recently announced through an interview with Yoshi P that Creative Studio 3, formerly Creative Business Unit 3, is currently working on 2 unannounced games. I have strong reason to believe that a Final Fantasy XI remake is one of those games. And in this video, I will be sharing my thoughts on why I think this is the case.
Okay, fair enough.
This, of course, means that the video is speculative in nature, but I will be supporting my theory with evidence and some
I doubt
logic.
it, but let's see
In
what
the
he's
end,
let's see what he's
you
going
can
to
decide
say.
if you agree if there is any weight to this at all, or perhaps
Stammer, calm down. We're 57 seconds in. Calm down. Someone strap Stammer down, please. Someone get Stammer in the corner and fucking tie him to something. We're a minute in. Okay, we're gonna watch the video. We're gonna see what he says. We're gonna give him a fair shake. We're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Me personally, I doubt it, but we will see what he says. All right, let's listen. Let's hear him out.
by the time you watch this, it is no longer a question on people's minds. Whichever way it is, I hope you enjoy what I have to say. The first question to address is whether FF11 needs a remake or not. And the simple answer is yes. At the Vana'diel Project press conference in early 2015, the developers of FF11 acknowledged that it was facing issues because it could only be developed using aging PS2 development kits, which were already obsolete. No other game was using this technology at that point, and it would only be a matter of time before support was discontinued by Sony themselves. If the dev kits they were using would eventually become unserviceable.
Hey, it's the cast. I hope they do it. Actually, make it a good game. Here's how I feel. I would be okay with it, and I would, if it was, you know, Yoshi P and whatever, you know, I would have my reservations. I would be okay with it, and I would enjoy the concept of a remade 11, but only if current 11 isn't gotten rid of. It's definitely not going to happen. Nobody wants FF11 remake. I think you'd be surprised. I think you'd be surprised on that one. Especially considering the current landscape of MMOs. They scrubbed the jank but left the combat depth and tech. Happy, but they wouldn't leave it. You don't know that. I think Yoshi P is at least... He is at least, I think, tuned in enough to understand that his game and 11 are very different, and there is a very different audience for both. And I think he would at least appreciate that. And I think there would at least be a point where he would say, okay, I have to at least keep things sort of the way they are, at the very least. But anyway, this is all speculative, and it's probably not going to happen. So I do think Instacart, I do think that there is a little bit more demand for an 11 remake than you'd think. But at the same time, I can see why you'd think the things that you think about 11. But I think 11 has one of the most fiercely staunch fan bases. And here's the thing. If people are willing to pay 6 subscriptions at a time just to have 6 characters, what are they willing to do again? I think Square Enix could make a lot of money doing this, especially when you remember that, let's be frank, making 11 again wouldn't be that hard. Compared to making a brand new state-of-the-art, this is going to be the best fucking game ever, making 11 again would not be that hard.
There would be no way to develop for FF11 at all. Because of this, the dev team was forced to scale down development so as to extend the lifespan of the dev kit.
Stammer, you gotta calm down. Stammer, you got... Find an inhaler and take a deep breath, okay? We're not even 2 minutes in. Calm down. We're gonna get through this video, you and I, together. I'm gonna help you through it, okay? We're gonna get there.
Kits, and by extension, the survival of FF11 itself.
Bard was overpowered, so we removed it. Yeah, we deleted Bard.
In that same event, they announced a mobile version of FF11 being developed by Korean game developer Nexon. This was to be a new distinct version of FF11, which Nexon themselves would later refer to as Final Fantasy XI Reboot. This was seen as a way of giving players an alternative to experiencing FF11.
Nexon is a bad thing, agreed, but at the same time, before Nexon got disgusting with it, Arcade was one of the best games ever made, MMO-wise. It was their monetary problems, their monetization of that game is what made it bad. But Arcade itself was outstandingly good. So I don't think Nexon... I think Nexon you have to take with a pinch of salt.
That original FF11 would one day have to shut down due to possible unserviceability and technical issues. So Final Fantasy XI did, in fact, have some sort of a remake that had been officially announced. If the mobile remake of the game had been released, we wouldn't be here talking about this. In 2021...
They're the reason all these games sell heckin' loot boxes? I don't think they're the reason. I think they maybe contributed a little. Final Fantasy XI mobile reboot cancelled. Yep.
The mobile remake
That
was
gutted me,
unceremoniously cancelled after having been in development for 5 years, with the reason being cited as the game not meeting both Nexon and Square Enix's expectations. While Nexon never officially released material showing the progress of the developing game, a number of screenshots and leaks showed that
Doesn't gut me at all. Stammer. I want to reach through the screen and like take hold of your head, either side of your like cheeks, just hold you like that, and I want to look you square in the eyes and I want to say to you, Stammer, one day Final Fantasy XI will be gone. There has to be there's either something else or there's nothing. Okay? One day Final Fantasy XI will be gone. We have to try and adapt. Okay, if you want any kind of... I'd rather have it turn into a fucking mobile game. I don't know, there are some fun mobile... That doesn't look that bad. It looks a bit shiny. They look a bit sort of like covered in powdered sugar. Is that meant to be Sandoria?
Development had at the very least proceeded for various game assets like areas and enemies, and it was reported that there was already a...
Look at that orc! Look at him go! He's not even using an orcish axe, this is bullshit.
...working version of the game in 2015. But while the mobile remake had been cancelled, this did not mean that a remake was no longer needed.
I've never seen these screenshots before. These are cool.
The PS2 dev kits were that much older, and the original FF11 dev team had been reduced to a skeletal crew. While FF11 was still putting out new content and nowhere near the maintenance mode it had officially declared itself to be in, it was doing so at a much slower pace. It had become a shadow of its former self.
Yeah, I agree.
What happens when development of a Final Fantasy game by a third party stops? We've actually seen this happen in recent years. It is quite well known that Final Fantasy VII Remake had initially been co-developed by third-party company CyberConnect 2, before shifting completely in-house so that Square Enix had more control over the product. If the recent rumors are to be believed, the same had also happened with the rumored FF9 remake. We have no idea how the agreements between Square Enix and Nexon on FF11 were drafted, but the most sensible expectation when the agreement was terminated is that assets that were developed for Square Enix's intellectual property would be given back to them, and they would be able to do what they want with it. With the amount of assets that were already developed for the mobile remake in the 5 years prior to its cancellation, it would be a complete waste if they were not used ever again. Now that Square Enix had ownership and control over these assets once more, they would be able to use them to develop a product that suited their vision of the game and the brand image of a mainline Final Fantasy game.
Why create a Studio 3? Because, let's be honest with you, they've made a lot of money. It's kind of the only reason, really.
If work on an FF11 remake were being developed in-house, no division within Square Enix would be more well-suited to do it than Creative Studio 3. After all, Creative Studio 3 is the very division that handles FF11 itself, and was also...
Just ripped the models from 14, since that game already was just ripped in its entirety from 11. It's true, they did rip pretty much all of the monsters off, but Shush. We're trying to get through it, all right? If you keep stopping to rag on 14, we're never gonna get anywhere.
Also overseeing the mobile remake with Nexon. They also have expertise handling other online games, as well as the unique experience of having rebuilt an MMORPG in the form of Final Fantasy XIV. There would already be staff on the team that would have had experience working on original FF11 or are familiar with the project. Even Yoshi P himself has stated on record that he understood the workings of FF11, as well as the mobile title, when it was still in development. In an interview with Yoshi P for Final Fantasy XI's 20th anniversary, he revealed that Creative Business Unit 3, as it was called at the time, did work collectively to reduce the cost of operating FF11 by using virtual servers and even billing some of its costs to Final Fantasy XIV. It was also clear from that interview that
Come on, Stammer. Final Fantasy XIV paid for a bit of 11. Come on. Give him some props. Come on. Come on. Say thank you. Stammer's like a rabid, raccoon right now, and I'm trying to bait him with a stick. I'm just poking him with a stick to see what he does. They paid for your servers, mate. Come on.
Reducing costs and preventing deficit was a core value that Yoshi P enforced on his team. I believe that a similar approach might have also been taken to reduce or share the costs of development of assets for an FF11 remake. The biggest potential indication of this is the extensive use of FF11 enemy models in Final Fantasy XIV. As an FF11 player who also plays 14, I have lost count of how many FF11 monsters being ported directly into that game
they're finally saying what we've been saying for years!
More than half of all the unique models in FF11 have already appeared, even down to the way the models are rigged, except that they have improved textures. While it is true that this could simply be to reduce costs for FF14 alone, it is puzzling when we consider that only a handful of enemies from FF13, and virtually no enemies from FF15 have ever been used, and the asset quality for those are much higher to begin with. The number of reused FF11 assets is simply disproportionately high. I believe this might be one way in which
There they are! That's the enemy! That's the one enemy you fight in 11! There he is! That's the Final Fantasy XI enemy! There are no others! That's the only one! Crab! I love the fact that when I was leveling up to get to 99 in retail, Stammer was like, oh, yeah, you gotta level up some more. And I was like, oh, okay, man. Where do we go? Oh, you fight crabs. And I was like, for fuck's sake, Stammer. I've been fighting crabs in Valkerm Dunes, Kufdal Tunnel, Gustav Tunnel, every fucking tunnel on the planet. I've been fighting crabs for my entire life. And now I get to level 99, and you want me to kill more crabs? That's the enemy. That's the Final Fantasy XI enemy right there.
Yoshi P would have been able to build
there are
to
no
FF14,
others.
where the assets being ported could also be used for an FF11 remake. Additionally, I think that Yoshi P and Creative Studio 3 are being very strategic with the way that they have incorporated elements of both FF9 and FF11 in the upcoming Dawn Trail expansion for FF14.
Boo!
With the massive following that FF14 has, making references to FF9 and FF11 would be the perfect way to generate hype and promote the potential remakes for both games. Ever since the FF11 themed Alliance raid was announced, there have already been numerous FF14 players jumping over to Vana'diel to try it out, as well as content creators covering FF11 when they previously wouldn't have. This is free promotion for both games, and would undoubtedly have a positive effect on the sales and subscriptions of such games should they release. That being said, the Alliance raid will only release in patch 7.1, and will likely conclude only in 7.5. If the release of a remake is timed around this, it would mean that it could still be 2 years away. As a final point, I also personally feel that Creative Studio 3 owes a lot to Final Fantasy XI, and has a duty to preserve its legacy. Keeping original FF11 up and running indefinitely does not seem like it is enough, because it is still relatively inaccessible to new players, or people who wish to experience it on a modern generation console.
That's extremely true. Like, Play Online itself makes experiencing this game as a new player next to impossible. Play online by itself is a huge... Ignore the fact that to download 11 now on your PC, you have to download like 6 zip files. And then, like, what the fuck? And then Play Online comes up and sits there and goes, oh, have you got your Play Online ID? No? What the fuck's that? So, just getting to play the game, as we... All the memes. The real final boss of the 14 raid is Play Online. The meme is great and all, I get it, but it's also a huge problem. There's a reason not many people come and look at this game, is because it's so fucking inaccessible. Yeah, that's why. I'm not being funny or anything. That's why Horizon, that's why Cat's Eye, that's why even Eden, in a pinch, are all a little bit more playable. Because all you need is to download the launcher and away you go. Yeah? 6 zip files, but only open in the correct order, so you don't have to... Exactly! It's stupid! And yet, that's what we've got. And that's why people don't... Apart from the fact that, you know, there's people who... It's a bit old for them, they don't like the way it plays, blah, blah, blah. I maintain that there is a good number of people who have not played this game, who would enjoy it, who have not played this game because it's so fucking impossible to start. It's just a mess. It's a complete mess. The Final Fantasy XI ship is one that is just held together with duct tape and glue. Yeah? I acknowledge all of its many, many issues. I know. I'm not claiming that you're some kind of psychopath with 11. I just hint it very firmly. I'm not claiming that, Stam. I know you're very objective about these things, but I also think at the same time, I don't necessarily think a remake is a bad idea. Be it Yoshi P, I don't necessarily think it's a bad idea. What I wouldn't like is for them to delete Final Fantasy XI and then do the remake 6 years later. Yeah, they need to coincide. And maybe even coexist for a time until we're sure the remake is good. I can log in and play 11 on a private server faster than I can. Exactly, that's the problem with retail, is that it's just a fucking mess. It's a mess, and all of its problems are band-aid problems. Trusts are a band-aid problem. That was like, we don't have enough players to do content with. Oh, just give people a bunch of fucking NPCs that are ridiculous. Had they thought about it, they could have done something much more fulfilling than that. But no, they just went with a very simple fix. Not a bad idea, but I don't like the idea they'd be remade with the current people in charge. I don't want Tactics nor 11 to have remakes at this current moment in time. That's fair. I think it would still be cool. But then again, I'm quietly optimistic about these things usually. I'm also a massive masochist, so when it all goes wrong, it's kind of kinky for me, do you know what I mean?
It is likely that FF11 was also the game that essentially bankrolled A Realm Reborn, seeing as it was the most profitable Final Fantasy at the time. Without the help of FF14's MMO Senpai, as Yoshi P calls it, it could never have reached the heights that it has now. Truly, FF11 walked so that FF14 could run, but remains as the least played and most underappreciated mainline Final Fantasy game in the series. If Creative Studio 3 could give FF11 a chance to shine today, I believe they would take that opportunity, because FF11 deserves so much more recognition than it currently receives.
I wish you recruited an internal trust rather than just casting a spell. I wish trusts were, instead of trusts, it was just, you know, the adventuring fellow? I wish you could just have 5 adventuring fellows. And they were just your own guys that you kitted out, gave them gear, all that stuff. If they'd put some effort into that, I think that would have been amazing. You could have 5 of your own adventuring fellows and make them all different classes and different gear. I think that would be way cooler than having random NPCs. Maybe throw in a few NPCs that you can recruit as a thing, but Mage of Trust. Exactly. Heroes and Mercs in Guild Wars 1 are fucking incredible. Recruiting your own guys to your own part, like, that's insane. That's so cool. That's basically multi-boxing, but good. But not the worst shit ever.
I just hope that I am right. What do you think? Do you want a remake of Final Fantasy XI? And do you think it will happen? Or is all of this wishful thinking on my part?
It's wishful thinking on your part. I hate to say it. It's wishful thinking on your part, mate, because you gotta remember, it's always about the purse strings and all of these. I don't necessarily think that a suit is gonna look at this and go, yeah, we can make bank off this. I don't necessarily think 11 is enough of a slam dunk, shall we say. It's a risk, and risks don't get greenlit by major companies. It's a tremendous risk. It's a risk I think would pay off. I genuinely think that the risk of remaking 11 would pay off, but it's also a risk, and I think that Square Enix aren't going to take a risk. Not with 11. Wish we could play our retainers in 14 or use them as dungeons instead of CC Cross or Science. That's also true, Romagus. A lot of things I think would be more fun in 14, but 14 picks the path of least resistance always. Whatever is the most, yeah, that'll do, is what they do in 14. Always. Have you ever fixed that trust in 11? It really broke. Always use a weapon skill with 0 cost if you can one-shot it. I don't know what to talk about, but I do know this. Minjang in 11 doesn't cast spells. He's broken. He's a black mage that doesn't cast any magic. It's broken. Can't get him to cast a damn thing. As long as Kiryu is in charge, FF is going to be some kind of NFT riddled live service shit. I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's a case of, like, everything being terrible. I hate Valenerol. Me and Floofy Dragons are going to go fucking get a room. You guys can fuck off. I'm going to go smooch on Floofy Dragons. Floofy Dragons is coming and saying all the shit I've said. Ever. Like, Rangers doesn't cast magic. He's terrible. He just stands there slapping things. I hate that guy. Valenerol is fucking stupid. Yeah, Valenerol is stupid. Valenerol is terrible. Like, there's videos on my channel about Valenerol. I hate that guy. I actively don't do Valenerol. I don't pick him. If I'm doing trusts, I don't use Valenerol. I'd rather use Corilla than Valenerol if I've got no options. At least Corilla, like, you get the impression she's trying her best, bless her. Join Discord. If you want to join our Discord, go ahead. You're more than welcome. We hang out there and talk about stuff, but don't feel pressure. You don't have to. If you'd rather just swing by the streams, you can do that too. I'm easy either way. But Stammer has posted the Discord for anyone who wants to join. But that is the end of today's stream. I know it's been it's been a 3-hour stream. That's my usual. Usually streams are 3 hours or more. I try not to do less than 3 hours. That's the stream for today. Tomorrow I'm working again, back to work and all that good shit. I don't know if there will be a stream tomorrow, but I will try my best. I'm definitely going to be trying to power level fucking Black Mage to get rid of it, because good god, it's horrible. Is Valenerol at endgame because it's the only viable tank, but I don't summon him unless absolutely necessary. There have been times where I've been forced to use Valenerol out of sheer desperation, but as a general rule of thumb, I would sooner pick Minjang and maybe even Rahal over Valenerol, but the one tank I think is overrated is that Taru Rune Fencer. Because she's a Rune Fencer, and Rune Fencers are shit. I hate Rune Fencers. I would sooner let a warrior tank than a Rune Fencer. I hate that class. I despise that class. Anyway. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you all for... I thank you especially, Romagus, for the sub. That's another big pile of money for the doggos. I respect you, I appreciate you, I love you, and I will probably catch you all maybe tomorrow? Is that a Discord for your link show? It's not the link show, it's Discord for my stream. So anyone who's in my Discord is viewers of the stream. Oh yeah, they're in our Bahamut link shell, aren't they? Well, some of them. It's our Bahamut link shell on retail, I guess, technically. But it's mostly just people who swing by the streams, I think. I got the enemies, but blue can take them. Oh, one of the Archangel Eevee? Yeah, she's a really good tank. But tanking, oftentimes I find you don't really need one. Unless you're doing something really, really brutal. You can usually get away without one, especially with Dancer. Dancer tanking is really fun. I love tanking with Dancer. With Fan Dance? Ah, that's the good shit. Anyway, I'm off. I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna go take care of my doggies and stuff. I'll catch y'all on the flip. There may be a stream tomorrow, but don't hold me on it. If there is one, it'll be around the same usual time, 7 o'clock EST. Ta-ta for now. I love you, and I'll catch you on the flip. Bye-bye.